Awesome. It took me a while to get back up. Let me see if I can get back over here to YouTube now and look at the pop out chat. Um, it took me a while to get back up. Let me mute this and see if it's working now. I hope it is. Hey, Sub Blue Rock. I hope you're having a wonderful time. You're still down there in Florida. I'm going to be using my hands tonight and trying to make some pretty things. Hello. I'm going to go to pop out the chat and get everything set up here. Welcome. I'm going to make some pretty new merchandise here. I can't believe you showed up to say hi. I so appreciate it. Hi, my girl. Welcome. Let me see if I can get some other friends to come up as well. I'm just adjusting the screens on my laptop here so I can see both what I'm doing. Oh, hi to her. Pet the dogs for me. I would definitely love her babies. I think her name's Kaylee. I'm trying to remember. Oh, thanks for helping with the curtain. When you get done, you can come help me with my curtains. So, if you guys don't mind to share the links so we can get a little bit more people in. I just got another message on Google Hangouts and I can't get there from here. Rudy Franco, welcome. I'm going to make some pretty little things tonight. A long time ago when I was painting and crafting, I'll never forget this. I'm going to tell a story about Lou Rock. He told me he liked my hands, and it kind of embarrassed me because I don't have long, beautiful fingernails or anything. I've got hands that I work to make art and stuff with, and I've always got paint or ink or garden work on it, or, you know, even oil. Jenny, hey, sweetie. Kenneth, the Kentucky fam. So when he told me that, I was so flattered. I could not believe it. So I was like, I just got a little pair of hands and they work really hard on things. So I just brought it a few things. I really can't sing right now because I would wake up someone else. Just a moment. I just got. Okay, hang on. My brother Boomer just texted me. I want to send him a link. I'm going to make something pretty, and I don't know where to start yet. Dream walking for Angel for president. Yes, I would like to run some things because there's some people that I'd like to straighten out, believe me. Angel. Dream walking Angel. I don't even know where I want to start first. I think I will start making a cover for these shopping pads. These are magnetic shopping notes that you can hang on the back on your refrigerator, and I'll just make a cover for them. And I found this one at the Dollar Tree because it had Dream on it, and it has crystals at the bottom. I just had to. I just had to have it, so I got several of them, and I want to make something pretty on my live. Sorry if you're going quiet. I was texting my brother Boomer. I'm going to send him a link to this somehow. I'm going to try again, clicking the little thing that says links. You'd think that part works, right? Here's a copy. And hang on for just a second, you guys. My apologies. So sorry. I'll be right with you. I'm just right here. Um, I'm about to be a little bit more interesting in just a minute. Okay. See. Kenneth the Kentucky Fam. My friend Fam's Block has a new channel, Thomas the Texas Fam. Well, I wish him all the best of luck with it. Well, Boomer, I just sent you the link, buddy. If I can make that go away. Okay, finally did that. Well, I sent you a link if you want to come up and hang out. A couple of months ago, I bought a thank you for being there in the chat, and say hello to Lou, who was here just a second ago and totally surprised me. It was like a couple of months ago, I found I call them a shopping list. You could put it on your refrigerator and write down what you need from the store on it. I think so. What do I need to do? Yeah, I copied the links and then I sent it to you in Hangouts. Do you want it in Hangouts or in Facebook? I'm not sure what I'm doing. It's been a while since I've been here. I'm not sure what I'm doing. I'm getting all whiny and stuff. So tell me what to do. That's more my style. Just tell me what to do and I'll do that. I'm not sure. I hope I don't lose you guys. If you're here, please hit the thumbs up button so that it will help me in the analytics. Thank you for doing that. There's 6 watching now. I have 9 thumbs up. That's pretty cool. That's very cool. I don't know if I'm copying these things right or what. I don't know. But I'm going to try. I don't know. It looks exactly the same. I'm sorry for all the confusion. Eileen, oh, it's wonderful to see you. It really is. Aw, you're just a sweet girl. I'm trying to figure out how to send a link to someone so that I can get them up here. Oh, I think I found it. Ha! I think I figured it out. It's been so long since I've done this that I forgot how to do it. That last one is it, Boomer. Thank you, guys. I don't want to lose every stinking one of you. You're so nice to be patient with me. It's so good to see you. Mute the monkey. Thank you for.
I knew you'd figure it out.
It took me forever to find it. I clicked every button possible. I woke you up.
When you no, I wasn't asleep. I'm binging the new season of Supernatural, so I was just in a
Oh,
relaxed state. I wasn't sleeping, so
well,
it's all
that's
good.
going to be cool. That's going to be cool. It really is. I don't want to bum you out and force you to be on an old lady stream, but I did want to invite you because you're really welcome and wanted and all that stuff and all that cool
Well,
stuff.
I ain't bummed out.
Well, I hope you're feeling better.
A little bit. That chicken soup Mom sent down helped a little bit.
Yeah, mom's chicken soup should always help stuff like a whole lot. And
Well, it came out of a can, but
well, that's
nah.
a lot of salt in MGOs. You can't.
No, it's that bland, healthy choice stuff.
Oh, that was delicious.
Yeah, that's all I'll eat anymore because I won't eat the other brands, especially Campbell's. I won't get into that here, but
Oh, that's okay. You told me that you worked in a certain place and you saw too much.
yeah, I forgot. I did tell a few people.
Yeah, you saw quite a bit there.
Oh yeah, more than I wanted to.
Oh, yeah. More than any of us should ever have to see. Uh huh. So I bought a bunch of shopping pads, the kind with the magnets on the bottom that you put on your refrigerator. And I
Right.
don't know if I featured what I'm doing or not. How do
Cool.
I feature me?
Oh, you know where the Hangouts portion of the video is? Where you get the link from to send?
Well,
You gotta have that open. You gotta have the Hangouts portion open and not the YouTube. And on the
yeah,
left side, or no, that's just for sharing. At the bottom, when you the pictures of the people that are on the panel at the bottom, you'll be the first one.
I see.
The little arrow
I found it.
corner, yeah.
Yeah.
Click
Hi.
on sent to everyone.
Okay. It's been so long I
Yep.
forgot how to do this. You sound so like Snuffleupagus from Sesame Street.
Well, I don't know how to take that, but
Ah, well, if I said it, it was meant in the right way. It might not come out the right way, but it was meant the right way. It was like,
I
it's
sound like a
until.
big giant furry elephant.
Well, we know you're not a furry, and neither am I. We already discussed how we are not really fans. That's all I'm going to say about that. No offense to anybody that is, but it's just not my jam, okay? That don't float my boat. Well, when I
Let me
saw
see
this,
who's in here.
the first person that was here was Lou.
Yeah, I see.
Carrie, sorry.
I I was still in the other one trying to figure out why I got why it wasn't running and stuff, and then I got a notice that this was deleted by creator, and I'm like, oh, okay. So then I thought maybe you changed your mind about doing it,
No, I
and then
messed
I
it up.
start texting you, are you still doing it, or I'm like,
No,
so
I messed it
yeah.
up the first time, and I did that the last time, the two times I tried to go live too.
Mm-hmm.
I got this one. It's pretty paper, and I got this one because I just know somebody's gonna want a magical unicorn somewhere in this world. They're gonna dig the magical unicorn, and I got this one with Moroccan papers, what I would call Moroccan karaoke. Ken, welcome to the live stream. Finley
Yeah,
River Kennels.
I can't see the hangout right now because I switched over to the YouTube so I can see the chat for a minute, so I can say hi to a few people.
Okay. Say hi to Finley River Kennels, Jeff Lackey. Thank you for the thumbs up. Hello, Karaoke Ken, and welcome another singing friend. So I'm gonna figure out. So
Yeah, hello everybody in the chat. There, I made it simple and quick.
you don't have to. I'm
Let me
choosing
go to
colored
Hangout
paper.
so I can. We'll go over to Hangout, back to the Hangouts part, so I can see what's going on. So I can see what you're doing and actually
Talk
All
at
right.
the same time. Okay.
There we go. Now I can see what you're doing.
Like,
I can try to split screen, but that's kind of usually that's fruitless because you only get like a thin window when you split screen. I can only see one line at a time when people text anyway, so I'd be missing all the chat anyway. I don't know how long I can hang in there though, but
thanks for trying. I know you've had a bad day.
I've been in and out of consciousness all day, so.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Oh, let me hang on a sec. I know you guys can hear that over my. Let me pause my.
Thank you, Lou.
You know, I wasn't thinking. Could you hear that?
Oh, clearly from the moment you came on.
Yeah, I keep forgetting how sensitive my microphone on my camera or on my phone is.
Well, I kind of have an announcement to make, and I'm glad that Lou's here because I want to talk to him as well.
Back in?
Yes, he said you
Awesome.
do have pretty hands. I told you he likes my hands, and I'm like, I don't have those beautiful nails like some ladies because I would get paint or clay or ink all over them, and that would be a waste. But I do love to go have them done at times. But then I end up knocking them off and hurting myself because I'm still a busy girl. So,
hello, Brother Lou.
Lou, do you want to come up too? Or are you gonna hang out there with Kaylee and Kylie? I mean, my apologies. I know your name, sweetie. I'm so sorry.
Lou was hanging curtains, huh?
Yeah, he's helping. He's helping them get their rooms and their house set up. Don't bust his chops.
Yeah, I know.
Awesome. He's being awesome. I told him he could come hang mine up next. I could use it. Some help around here. Well, anyway, I needed 12 by 12 paper for this, and I didn't have 12 by 12. And
don't forget who was the first one in on the first one that didn't kick off.
You?
Yeah, I was in there talking to you like it was about to start, and then all of a sudden I get notice that it was deleted.
I didn't hear you talking to me at all.
No, I was commenting in the first one.
I didn't see it either.
Yeah,
I didn't see it. I was busy in technical hell because I can't do stuff. I can barely use the cell phone. It was like so. Let me see. What can I do? These shopping note things may be out of the question unless I get a big enough piece of paper, and I think I'm going to. Okay. I just see something. Problem solved.
If there's anyone that you do want to send an invite to up here, just let me know so you don't have to interrupt what you're doing. I can always just copy and paste the link to whoever you want to have on your panel, so you can just keep going. Just say, hey, send so a link or whatever, and I can do that.
I really don't want anybody to feel obligated, but I do want to wrap my arms around so many people and give them hugs. And number 2 thing I want to say is hello to Condi Mo. Gosh, I can't believe you guys are here. And anybody that comes in, would you please hit the thumbs up button for me if you even like me, or I made your day, or made you smile, or even gave you something to laugh at one time. Go ahead and, help a girl out. And the other person that I'd like is if Benny wants to come up, she can. And
Who?
Benny Loco.
Oh, is she
She
in
can
here?
come. No,
Oh.
but you're much smarter than me. You forgot.
I'll just. Well, I can't see the chat, so I was just saying, like, if you seen somebody come in the chat and you're like, "Hey, would you like to come up?" Just let me know who it is, and I'll send them the link, so you don't have to interrupt what you're doing.
I got
As
you.
far as
That See, you know how to run a live stream, and I'm just like, challenged all over the place.
it's just.
Well, let's see if James the sharpshooter wants to come up.
Good luck with that.
He likes me.
Well, I realize that. I'm just saying, James, I've been asking James to come up on one of my live streams for 3 years now. He's one of
James,
the first as well.
James, tell Boomer I'm just prettier. That's why you'd come up. I'm prettier than he is. Ha 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 ha. Watch it. Don't you dare argue with that. Come on now.
Bros before blondes.
Bros before blondes. Well, if you prefer them, I ain't gonna judge you.
No, I'm just trying to be. I'm doing that saying, but in a nice way, keeping it nice and clean.
You're saying
the
that.
other word,
James, you're invited to come.
Yeah, I'm beginning to think we should change the sharpshooter's name to the man behind the curtain.
He's Charlie from Charlie's Angels. You always just hear the voice.
Yeah.
You never hear. If you guys want to know what I'm doing, I'm looking for coordinating paper to go for these things right here. And come on, James, Jenny said. Oh, I'm glad you're here tonight, Jenny. And I'm so glad that all of you guys here. It cheers me up, and I needed some cheering up. I've had some things to deal with today that's not been too extraordinarily pleasant. I've got a ding on my phone as if I've got a call, and I don't know why. Let me see. No, but it's not showing up on my phone at all as anything.
It's probably Messenger that or something that didn't pop up for your. Like if you have a messaging platform set to give you an alert tone but not pop up on your screen, that's probably that could be what it is.
Maybe. I do want to tell you and Lou something, both, that I'm going to start producing stickers and bumper stickers with the channel names on them that you can buy from me and sell as you will up on your own website, and I'll create them and make them look like your banner or whatever you want, your little symbol, your icon, what represents you. And after tomorrow, I will have the equipment to do that. I was able to get it today. It's going to be sent to me by Amazon. I had received a payment for something that I had made and sold. And so I used the money and turned right back around to put it in the business. Just like you guys buy things from other merchandisers, business people such as Teespring, you can from now on get your stickers and magnets and stuff from me. And I'll put up my Etsy shop at the time with things that are examples of the quality of my work, and can send you out a few samples in a card, and an inventory list will be on the Etsy site. So that way I won't have to worry about putting up a website to sell my merch or a website to sell yours and work with commission or anything like that. If you need a hundred, 500, or 1,000, you need to let me know, and I'll have a product list with price available. I'll send an invoice to the price list at the time. They'll create them and mail them to you. And what you do after that, you send them out to your fans and your customers. So I don't deal with all the shipping and mailing. That will be your responsibility. You'll either do it yourself or have someone else do it, but you'll promote it on your own website. I'm just going to create the stickers from home. The stickers, the bumper stickers, refrigerator magnets, uh, merch like that. I'll be able to make them from then on. So Lou Rock would have access to have stickers made, bumper stickers made, Patty from the G team, Omar, but mainly we're going to get some boomerang merch going out here so Boomer can get himself some income going, selling to all of his fans as well. And Boomer's got a lot of family and a lot of friends and a lot of fans. But his sis is going to make some merch that he chooses and that he approves of. And I haven't asked him or run it by him yet if he wants some Boomerang merch made.
Yeah, nothing like putting a guy on a spot, huh?
That's the name of my story. But you don't have to do business with me the way I'm talking about. You and I've got something else goes on. Privately, you
Are
get the
you are you talking about like doing like designing the logos and stuff yourself and making them, or are you asking for people to send you in a design of a logo of theirs that they'd like you to do for them?
they will send me what they like. Will be hello. They
I
send
see.
me what they want and what they like into an email. Usually it's like the banner or the symbol of their channel or their business or whatever. And because I've got the laser cutting Cricut machine now, I can print and cut that design and make all kinds of stickers and stuff with it. Um,
Because I was just saying, because when it comes to mine, my banner's going to be changed anyway.
but it doesn't.
I'm
It's
trying to
not
think of a whole new design, so I'm trying. Yeah, I'm trying to come up with a logo design and a new banner design. So when I when I come up with that, I'd love to talk to you about that then.
yeah.
So yeah,
Um, because there's a lot of people that sell merch for their channel, like the t-shirts and stuff and that kind of thing. So you have a brand symbol, a brand icon. You can create that on the internet. I'm not a graphic arts designer, but if I have a picture and you send it to me, there's a way now through the equipment that I now own that I can print that out and run it through like a laser printer and have it printed out into a sheet of stickers
yeah,
and cut those, and you can mail those stickers, bumper stickers, or I can also make magnetic sheets for people to put magnets like on their refrigerator.
yeah.
So you send me the design and I'll make a thing out of it. I'll make a thing for the thing. I don't know why that's so hilarious to me. Welcome, Wilby. I'm sitting here just playing with some pretty paper, and I'm going to create some pretty stuff. And I know I backed away, so I'm yelling quite loudly so you guys can hear me. And
We can hear you.
can you hear me?
You know what, Nalisha, I got to tell you, I wish you would get a new mouse pad because every time I look at my screen, I want to wipe the water off my screen.
That is funny. I bought this mouse pad at a thrift store because I cannot find a mouse pad anywhere anymore. I mean, I just can't find them.
Walmart.
Really? Well, they didn't have them at my Walmart. And I looked.
Electronics by the computers and stuff.
Oh, silly boy, that's where I looked. It's like, well, I was like, yeah, that's where I went.
Right. That's where I got mine from. It's got a nice little wrist pad thing for wrist support.
Oh man, you're hooked up. I use mine for crafting too because it's got a spongy background for paper flower making and all of that exciting stuff. I know you're just absolutely thrilled to know that. You're like, yeah, I just found extra paper that I didn't know.
Those grunts and groans are my Tourette's, so don't misconstrue those for anything else.
Oh.
That's my Tourette's kicking in. Don't worry about it. It's not grunts and groans of disapproval or anything. It's just
is that all?
Uncontrollable verbal tics.
Well, I'm gonna do some paper crafting. I'm gonna make a shopping list cover. I'm gonna cover some mini composition books. I'm gonna cover a writing pad and put a pen on the side of it. I'm just gonna make a mini legal notepad cover. And so I'm really, really ambitious. So let's just see. I've got one like this of pretty paper. I have something here that says dream big and it's got crystals at the bottom of it. So I had to grab all that they had that day. And then I've got another one of lovely unicorns. And I'm going through some paper to try to get coordinating things. And if I was a real professional, I would have done this before I went live. But I barely went live. And that's the truth about it. I could barely get there from here. It was like, oh my word. So I'm going to try to. I'm picking some paper that matches, hopefully. Hopefully. That doesn't match at all. There's some more paisley. What was I thinking? All that paisley. Boomer's going to go, what was on your mind? I have no idea. I guess, Woodstock or something. I don't know. So I hope I haven't lost every one of you, but by now I've not really accomplished a whole lot. And my heart goes out to you, and I thank you for being patient because I probably would have left by now myself. So thank you guys. I'm almost, I've nearly got everything that I need ready. I'm just pulling my pages and stuff together at the moment. So it's what I think anyway.
It's okay, sis. We all know you were never a Boy Scout.
No, I was never prepared. Yeah, true enough. I was Girl Scout, though.
Oh, were you?
All the way to cadets.
Sorry, I was never a Boy Scout either.
Yeah, but you're military. See, you caught up faster than the rest of us.
Well,
whether by force or by choice, I don't know. Let me see. What did I do with that beautiful paper?
There's times where I will not be as prepared as I thought I would be.
Well, I became a mom when I should have been doing homework instead of diapers. So you talk about not being prepared. I wasn't prepared for the real life, but I'm not the only one that happened to. And I'm a slow learner. It wasn't in the water. They lied to me. I was just told not to let anybody that's pregnant open the door for me anymore. Because Boomer never left the Girl Scouts. My girl is going to bust your chops tonight, Boomer. Did you read what he put in the chat?
What?
When you said something about the Girl Scouts, he said because Boomer never left the Girl Scouts.
I didn't say anything about Girl Scouts. I said you was never a Boy Scout, and you said, but I was a Girl Scout, and I says, oh, well, that's all right, because I was never a Boy Scout.
Oh. When he says because Boomer never left the Girl Scouts.
Oh.
That's why you were never a Boy Scouts, because you never left the Girl Scouts. Ah, okay.
Yeah. I was too busy. I was too busy at the Girl Scout camp to join the Boy Scouts.
Yeah, Penny Raid.
Wait,
I remember you. I was like, yeah, I remember you. You were that obnoxious kid that we threatened to beat the pants off. Let's see. I'm still looking through my paper, you guys.
Never came across that problem.
Well, I wasn't talking about that in a fun way. I was talking about butt kicking way.
Yeah, I know. I says I never came across that problem. It wasn't my butt they wanted to kick.
Selling cookies he was. Oh, he's really gonna wear you out, isn't he? Mike Earl, what are you doing?
Cookies.
He wasn't selling cookies. Oh,
I wasn't selling cookies, but they did come cream filled.
Boomer Rock. I have a habit of saying Boomer Rock.
I sold zingers and Twinkies. What are you talking about? And double dogs. And...
I don't know.
Or what
those ding dongs will get you in trouble.
Simplify it. I was selling Hostess cakes, not Girl Scout cookies. That's what I was selling.
Right. Okay. It was like, yeah, what he said. Okay. I'm determined to get something to get this one done. I'm determined to pick a paper. That's what's taking me so long, you guys, is finding something to
compliment the other.
If I was prepared, I wouldn't be sitting here going through all paper
think
pads.
About who it would be for.
I have no one in purpose. It's someone I'm going to just put it in my Etsy shop.
Oh, I see. Well, what's your demographic? What do you want your demographic to be?
Little old dawdling ladies, I guess.
Okay,
that need a shopping
lift. Something in flowers or paisley or something like that.
Oh, thanks.
You know, if that's your demographic. I mean, if you're talking like,
oh my God, that's all he saw the other night out of me was flowers and paisley. So I'm a dawdling little old lady. Oh my God. Okay. I can be old, brother.
Now, if you're talking like you want to get the interest of a spectrum of the whole spectrum of like if you want young and old, male and female, you'd probably do something that's a little more neutral. Like that.
I don't know anybody that doesn't need a store list. Do you?
Huh?
Everybody needs to make a grocery store list from time to time.
Yep.
Yeah, this one has a magnet on it. It says Boomer is a great person, like messing with him. Big Mama T. Hi, Melissa.
Like
Glad to
with
see
me?
you. Big Mama T is here. So,
Who'd you say just commented that they like messing with me?
Mike Earl.
Oh, you're lucky. This is my sister's channel, Mike.
I haven't
I'm
age
gonna be nice.
restricted
No,
it.
I'm gonna be nice. This is not that. You know, I'm
You're
just here for moral support.
and I'm still trying to choose a pretty paper. So, I'm hey Big Mama T, it's been a long time. It's been a long time since I've been live. What am I talking about? Hmm. I'm comparing. And also the fun part is I've not made one of these before, so if I make a mistake, I'm going to do it live on camera because it keeps you humble.
Yeah, well, we've never made one before either, so we wouldn't know if you made a mistake or not.
Oh, you will, because I'll have to age restrict it. Can you imagine that? Can
It's
you
like
imagine?
when we do art, when we're doing a painting or something. As long as you keep it to yourself, nobody else is gonna know you goofed.
Is that like me singing? If I
You know
don't know
what I'm
all the lyrics, I keep going and nobody knows it because they
saying?
don't
That's
know
what I do.
that
You
they
know how
don't.
many times, like 5 songs, I messed up the other night, and I just kept going as if, like, I don't think anybody's gonna catch that.
Well, because I've got this um, ability to know most of the words to songs. I mean, I'm not a Green Bay wacky, but um, I do know
Yeah.
a lot of words to almost every song I ever heard. I would probably pick it up, but I'm just weird like that. Not everybody is. See, when I tore this out of the pad, it has a line across the top and a paper hole in the
A
back
paper
there.
hole,
I guess like
a paper hole.
I'm. It's better than what you said the other
I
day.
don't see a hole. Where's the hole? Oh, there's the hole.
Are you happy now? Boomer wanted to see the hole, y'all.
That's the hole. You mention it, I gotta see it. I gotta, I gotta make sure you're not lying to me. I gotta make sure there's really a hole there.
Yeah, because trusting me is so hard. I just have
Yeah,
such.
man. Well, you could be like seeing holes where there aren't holes. People have done that.
Boy, I can.
Wow. Do I not make a crafting show interesting or not?
You're funny because
It could be my fever coming back. I don't know.
it could be mine too. Um, let's see. The first thing I do need to do is score Condi Moo. I am. My apologies, Condi. I meant to say Condi Mo. Oh gosh. Okay, it's not been an hour. I've already offended at least 3 people. Bless my heart. Um,
I wasn't gonna say it.
you can.
No,
Bless
I
my heart.
can't.
Yep. Of
It
course.
just doesn't sound right coming from me. I'm just a dumb Yankee.
There ain't nothing dumb about you. I ain't never seen you have a dumb moment. Condi, I meant to say Condi Mo. I promise you I did. I'm silly, I'm ridiculous, and I'm concentrating on not cutting this paper wrong. Okay, I need 8 3/4 inches by 12 inches. Sharpshooter says, bless your heart. I've even got him doing it. But
That's too
aren't you
hard.
from Texas where you hear bless your heart a lot? And y'all down in Texas? Okay. I cut this right, y'all. Mod Hog. Oh, he's the Godfather. Okay, if you're gonna make a joke, at least say it right, Alicia. Which is my name, not Dream, but I'll take Dream because it sounds so mystical and pretty and stuff. And stuff.
I'm gonna switch over to YouTube real quick. Check out the chat a little bit. There we are.
Okay.
And now nobody's chatting.
Nobody's talking? It says anyways. LOL. Anyways. Okay. On the long side of the crafting paper. Let me scoot my laptop back so I have room. So you can see what it is that I am doing. You still can't see, but I'm going to make it possible. I promise you I will. On the long side of the crafting thing. This is a cutting board and a scoreboard. And it says on the long side, score it at 3 1/8, which is right here, as we say. Right here. 3 1/8. And 3 3/8, which would be really close to it. And 6 1/2. Woo, we're getting big now. 6 1/2 and 6 3/4. All right now. And I'm gonna move this around so y'all can see. And 9 7/8. I don't think y'all can see that. It's too big. Hold on. 9 7/8. Am I in the camera? Okay. Now I am. 9 7/8. And 10 1/8. Okay.
In the event that I reach unconsciousness again and I start snoring, go ahead and mute me.
I will return the favor next time I do that. Y'all hit that like button. I know that man's from somewhere other than a state that says y'all.
No, trust me. Those backwoods hillbillies in upstate New York talk just like that too.
You know, kidding me.
Oh, trust me. I can say that because I did live in Watertown for a while, and I'm very accustomed to how they talk.
I thought they were in Ohio or something.
Sometimes. It does sound like that sometimes.
Huh. They borrow it from us?
Well, see, what you gotta understand is Watertown is like one of the closest towns to the military base, Fort Drum. You know, there's a rainbow, cultures in the military.
Absolutely.
So, they get around all of them. You got people from all over the country up in there, and they just kind of pick up on that and stuff. So it's kind of like a melting pot of, I don't want to say accents, but like a melting pot of them.
Yep, I've lived on the military base, and I was around a lot of people from a lot of different areas. Not that it's affected my speech any, but I probably influenced about everybody I knew to say y'all. Yeah. And but I grew up a backwoods barefoot hillbilly boomer.
Mm-hmm. We got them here too.
And I still turned out a good girl, no matter what they say.
No, I don't think there's any direct correlation to that anyway. I mean,
I know. I was laughing about it.
Yeah.
I was making a joke about it. I didn't say it seriously. Seriously, I wasn't talking about that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The designer pieces I need 3 inches by 8 5/8. So I've got to get out that cutting board again. So this is what the folder is supposed to look like. to fit this, but it looks like the dimensions that I have folded it at are not what I need. So I'm gonna have to
Well,
fix.
damn, if nobody's commenting, I'm just gonna switch back over to the
That's
Hangouts and see
because
what's going
nobody's
on.
here.
Look at that.
Everybody's probably left, and you're missing your dang show, and it's all my fault. I don't have anybody to talk to, and I'm gonna cry. I'm sorry. You play with crayons and lick windows. Oh my word! Bless your heart. It's like I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry for you, my girl. I don't even know what to say.
Okay, so now that I leave the comment section, they start commenting.
Yeah. Maybe if you
You guys are jerks, you know that? It's like they don't understand. I have to switch back and forth. So in order to watch what's going on, I got to be on the Hangouts. In order to see what's going on in chat, I got to go to YouTube. So when I switch back, nobody's chanting. I'm like, okay, this isn't so exciting because I don't get to watch what's going on because I have to pause the video on the YouTube. And then I go back and then they start chatting.
stop making
like,
me sound.
I think Mike does it on purpose. Like, yeah, I'm gonna wait till he's over at the Hangouts and then I'll start chatting. So.
Okay. So I've got the first score line. I'm having to make up a Terry Co pie. Hello. Gosh, it's been a while. Belinda is here. James is still here. He says blah, blah, blah. Was he say blah, blah, blah to me or to you?
Hello, Belinda. He's probably talking to me.
James, the sharpshooter, were you saying blah, blah, blah to me?
No, he was saying it to me.
How do you know?
Because I know. I'm a freaking empath. How do you think I know?
Well, if you were an empath, I need to cover my thoughts better, my emotions. No, you're wrong, Boomer. I wouldn't do that to you. LOL, he says. Okay.
Yeah, sure you wouldn't.
No. Hey, Belinda.
Hello, Belinda. Hello, Terry Coe. Hello, Jane Sharp. And hello, everybody else who's just lurking. Like Brother Lou. King of lurkers.
Is Lou lurking?
I'm sure he is.
Hi, Lou.
Well, you definitely do have some lurkers because there was nine people in here and there's only 4 chatting. So there's some lurkers somewhere.
Well, thank you for coming up here.
Let me flip my phone around so I can see the let's see. Yeah, well now there's 5. Oh, you got 9 thumbs up and 5 watching now.
Nice. Belinda Ostrom, you just love to watch. Yeah, some people pay a lot of money for that. I did not adult restrict my stream. What is wrong with me? 3.
It's a crafting stream. Why should you have to?
I don't know. I got with Boomer and then suddenly my mind.
Oh yeah, blame me.
Down the toilet all of a sudden.
Okay, now you're really starting to sound like my real sister because it's always blame him, blame him, blame him. Thanks.
Now I feel bad because I was just teasing and I know not to.
Well, oh my.
I felt sad all day.
16. I guess I got to refresh.
16 thumbs up? Wow.
Linda said, let me back out and come back into the live stream. That refreshed it.
Promise you'll come back.
Well, I mean, I'm still here because I'm on the Hangouts. Now I just got to find the live stream again.
There it is. All right, now let's see what's going on. Now I gotta pause the video again. All right, there we go. All right, now you have 15 thumbs up and 3 watching. Okay. I think that number is going to change because I don't think it keeps a correct count steadily. Donna Rat. Clear all
Okay, I'm having to make new measurements so I can cut this paper again. And the mistake was not mine exactly. The measurements for the shopping list cover was for a smaller shopping list than what I had. So I'm still using the same pattern, but I'm extending it. Mike Earl says, bless your heart for refreshing. Boomer, bless your heart. But it sounds so much better when I say it, brother. Bless your heart for refreshing.
Yeah, everything sounds better coming from you.
Yeah, I should get my own 1-900 phone number, right?
Okay, this is a crafting show, right?
Yeah, it's being a little bit too crafty.
I just wanna make sure.
It is. I was being a little bit too crafty. I'm going to keep it nice. I don't know why I'm acting so silly tonight. I mean, it's like Friday or something.
We've corrupted you.
No, better people have tried and failed. I was like, okay.
Wait, there's better people out there than me?
No. See, I can't win for losing, can I? Lord, have mercy, save me. Help me from my stupid self. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna last.
Yeah, that's what the rest of the chat said too. So I'll just sit here and because.
Okay, now the numbers are changing. Now it's up from 3 to 5. So I guess.
Thank you guys.
I think that's a YouTube thing that, like, the numbers aren't always correct or something. Oh, I forgot to share this out too.
I did too, actually. I didn't share out my own stream.
Tweet.
Lovely.
There we go.
Because this is my first day. It's my first time ever time.
That's right. I tweeted it. Nobody else has to, because if I tweet it, everybody will see it.
Boomer, go get coffee in you.
Coffee in you. I got coffee in me. I'm drinking coffee right now.
Well, he's doing that just for me. Me 3, be right back. Got to share. Thank you, Terry, for being here. Ilman Kids is not here. I miss her.
Matter of fact, I've been drinking coffee all day because I had nothing else. So.
And it's so acidic. It's a wonder it didn't tear your stomach up.
Oh, it does. But you know what? Hey, some things are worth suffering for.
Coffee is one of those things.
Yep. Coffee and cigarettes for me, or coffee, Pepsi, and cigarettes for me, because if I don't have at least 2 out of the 3.
So, on the long side,
the world pays for it.
Yeah.
The world pays for it because I'm one of the biggest SOBs there is. If I don't have my cigarettes and Pepsi, or my cigarettes and coffee, like if I'm just stuck with just Pepsi without either one of the other two, like, yeah, forget about it. Forget about it. Yep. First person that knocks on my door in a situation like that gets their arm broke. Unless they're bringing me cigarettes and coffee or Pepsi, then, if they're knocking on my door to bring me.
Come on, knocking my door.
We've been waiting for you.
Did you bring me my
What's his is his, and free is company too.
Well, aren't we silly tonight?
We could do a multi-genre live. Crafting, singing, and
I totally rewrote this lady's
comedy.
pattern. This lady's got a YouTube channel called Positively Papercraft on YouTube, and her shopping. You have no Pepsi, you can't afford it this week. I would be knocking on the neighbor's door for something. Okay, her shopping list cover thing looked like this. Three's Company. Come on, knock at my door. I've been waiting for you. Did you bring me my cigarettes and coffee?
Maybe some Pepsi too.
Yeah, that's right. So I'm gonna have.
Yeah. So anyway, short of it, I'm good if I have tobacco and Pepsi, I'm good. If I have tobacco and coffee, I'm good. So if I lack more than two of those items, not so good.
It's not so good for any of us, right? Is that what you're saying?
That's right. The world will suffer.
Ooh. We're all so scared. Ooh.
Beware my wrath.
Yeah, we do. We do every day. We're so scared.
Yeah.
That's
I'm about as scary as a cute little kitten, huh?
why I said, yeah.
Until I scratch you and you end up with that cat scratch fever.
Well, I bite. So, what are you going to do about that? He scratches and I bite. Aren't we some kind of friend? We really are friends, people. Boomer went quiet on that. I'm not sure he agrees. Bye. What'd you do?
Boomer's just concentrating on something right now.
Things to make you go,
Boomer's just too sick and too tired to focus on more than one thing at once.
Don't be sick. It's really, really, really not
What?
handy. I've needed a friend all day, and I haven't bothered you because you were sick.
Why isn't this showing? What is going on? Why am I not?
Your icon's up, but your picture's never been. I mean, you have never been.
I know. One reason would be even if I had my camera on, like if I switch from the Hangouts to the YouTube, it's gonna turn off my camera and show my icon anyway, or whatever they call it. And then when I switch back, if I switch back to the Hangouts portion, it'll turn my camera on. Well, I got my camera off for a reason.
Okay.
I don't want to scare away your audience.
Boomer. Everybody in here cares if you're sick. Everybody. Put a 1 in the chat if everybody cares that Boomer's sick.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they, Hello, Boomer.
I'm totally embarrassed.
At the first. Oh, thanks, Terry. Yeah, everybody just waits around for that day that Boomer's too sick to talk, don't they, Terry?
See, 3 and 1/8, and 3 and 3/8. I'm trying this again, y'all. Say bless your
Concentrating
heart.
on sleep. No, I'm not concentrating on sleep. I was concentrating on getting a damn cigarette made because the machine is a piece of crap. It takes 2 or 3 attempts to get a decent cigarette made with this thing. Especially when the tobacco's down to that point where it's like very like dusty.
Let me see if I like it like this before I start scoring it anymore and wasting the second piece of paper. I can't stop singing Three's Company too.
Now, is that the paper you were showing the other day where you get like 25 or 40 sheets or something in a pack, or is that the stuff
Yes.
you bought separately, like
This is
individually?
this come from a pack of
Oh,
48 sheets of paper,
okay.
and it's a heavier paper.
Heavier stock.
hmm
Yeah.
The other paper that I get for a quarter is the weight of copy paper that you put through the printer. This is heavy stock. I'd say this is around 110 pound, and
Oh,
this would be
110?
around,
Okay.
yeah, and
Oh,
this is definitely less than 65. This is like copy paper
okay.
weight. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
I got that in a big old pack from Walmart years ago. So
The
it's a big
largest stock I ever used was, I think, 60 pounds for
the
watercolors and stuff.
the paper pads that I get on sale for $2 at Michael's by Recollections are 65-pound weight. Irish
Right.
Whiskey's here. If he wants to come over and wake you up, he's welcome to. But I know he worked all day too. He might not want to come up either. And
Hey, what's up, Greg?
I'm lonely and I need some company. And so I'm forcing men to talk to me. Like, God. See, how pathetic is she?
You
I'm
got a
forcing everybody to talk to
you
me.
got a problem with women talking to you or something?
No, but nobody's talking to me much except guys. So it makes me sound so crazy.
Why do you say it as if you're forced to force somebody to talk to you?
I don't want to
I've
be
never
animal.
I've never felt like I was forced to talk to you.
I'm
I mean
glad.
that would probably hold true with my other sister, but I don't like talking to my other sister.
You've made that abundantly clear about her that you can.
Yeah, too much
Oh,
drama with her.
Irish Whiskey just got home. I know he's been working all day, and there's a 3-hour difference, but he's had a long day at work today
What
too.
is it, like 11 o'clock there now? What time is it here? I don't even know what time it is. I know
It's
it's after
almost 2
1. Oh, it's
a.m.
almost 2. So, yeah, it's like 10, 11, 2. Or, yeah, I can't count again. Oh, I
It might
can't do
be
math when
10.
I'm sick and tired.
No, it's 11. I can't do math when I'm feeling fine.
I am sick and tired.
I do
Wait,
want
what was that?
to tell you what happened on Irish Whiskey's channel last night. I went on his live and he was reading Rebel cards. And I was laying in bed holding the phone as usual. And
You mean I missed that? Hey, Anniki, Jack, Colorado Explorers is in here.
he is here. Does
Hello.
Anniki want to come up on the panel and keep Boomer awake? Wow.
At this
Wow.
point, I don't think there's anything that'll keep me awake.
Yeah, not even me.
She could be here in the event that I do ass out again, and she could keep you company. I usually all day long. Like if I doze off for a quick cat nap, usually it's no more than 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then I'm awake again anyway. So, like if I do, it'd only be for a few minutes. I
It's
think.
okay.
Something just doesn't let me like sleep long.
Anniki, would you like to come up on the panel and hang out while I make a shopping list cover?
I could send you a link.
I was going to tell you what happened last night on Irish Whiskey's channel. He was reading Rebel cards, and I was last, and I think Belinda was keeping count of who was next and who was next and who was next. I was last, right? And I'm laying there, oh Lord, let this be good. I don't want to be embarrassed. Oh dear God. I don't want to be embarrassed. He's shuffling. He shuffles for a long time, and he's like, I don't think the spirits want you to have a card tonight. And about that time, he dropped a bunch, Boomer. He dropped 9 cards. They fell out of his hand. 9.
Mad at him.
9. I kid you not. He said, I have never had 9 cards for one person ever, ever, ever. And I'm thinking, I don't think anybody else said either. And he says, but my policy is I only read 3. You're going to have to go back and see last night's. But I'll tell you what it said. It said, the first card, it said, use your voice. You're going to be a success, but don't be stupid.
Wow.
Use your voice.
There you go. All right, I sent Anniki a link.
Well, he's underwhelmed. Do you know how much that meant to me? Considering the audition that's coming up?
No, I get it. I said that's awesome. I mean, I'm too sick to get up and do cartwheels at this point, but...
Well, it wasn't required. But...
Oh my God, here goes the neighbors again. Can you hear that crap?
No, are they shooting?
Huh?
Are they shooting guns?
No, it's my next door neighbors up above my head.
Oh.
And every time he comes around, like her boyfriend is a truck driver, I guess, and only comes around for the weekends. And every time he does, it's like, you know.
He's showing how much he missed her?
Not always. It's usually they get into a big argument. They blare music and all kinds of shit.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It sounds like a damn nightclub up there on the weekends. That's why I can't wait to get the hell out of here. That's why I'm seriously considering taking somebody up on their offer, but I won't talk about it here, and I'm not gonna.
I can't get that
talk about it out loud because something always happens. But
yes,
I you know, at this point, I'm really hoping it I almost said falls through. That's not the right.
The other direction.
The opposite of what I want.
Yes, falls together.
Yeah, all falls together. Yeah. Because if it does, man, that'd be so freaking awesome. I haven't lived in my own place without a neighbor above me, next to me, or under me in over 20 years. Like that would be like the most awesomest thing to have my own place where my nearest neighbor is probably a mile down the road. Or at least 50 feet. Look, I mean, I told a few select people that it's a possibility, but I don't want to like go all public with it in case something does happen. But, it can't happen. It can't happen soon enough. That's all I can say.
I'm having to write the pattern for this tonight, y'all, because this pattern did not fit the
Hello, you guys.
Oh, thank you for coming up,
Gee.
sweetheart. I know it's late there.
Aw, thanks for inviting me. Oh, it's okay. I just got off the phone with my mom, so
Is everything good?
yeah, we was just talking about all kinds of stuff.
Oh, that's nice. That's really nice. It's great to still
But
hear her voice.
If I'm donned the panel horror, Anki, I guess would be a close second. But she will
What?
never deny a panel invite.
She's only been up on
no.
my panel
Well,
once, like ever.
I can't remember where that came about. Like I know Cab Seven's taken claim for it, but I don't think it was Cab Seven that kind of gave me that
Hmm.
name, the label.
I don't know.
Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure it wasn't Cab Seven that gave me that label. I'm sure it was somebody else, and he's just taking credit for it. But
I go up on panels when people invite me because I don't get invited very often to other people's.
But you're a friend.
well,
I consider you a close friend.
Well, thanks
there
for
are
the
very
invite.
few people. There are very few people in this community who have an open invitation, and
Well, I
you
know, and
two there
you,
both know that you're two of them.
yeah,
So
I know every time I come into Boomers and I talk, he's like, "You want to come up on panel?"
Well,
So,
Boomer is very sick today, and
oh,
he doesn't feel good. He feels like he might fall asleep. And I started cutting the directions out for this um, shopping list. It's a shopping list pad, is all it is. It's got the magnets on the back. Well, it doesn't at the moment, but it's got magnets on the back. You could hang it on the refrigerator, but I'm going to put it in this pocket thing that, like a lady could drop in her purse or whatever, or it could be taken out and stuck up there on that. And I had others that I planned to use that had the word dream on it, dream big, and it has
no.
crystals on it. And I picked them up at the Dollar Tree, and I was going to make some merch and put them in my Etsy shop. And I just thought, well, I'll go live while I'm being creative and talk to somebody. Boomer,
yeah,
can you drop Irish Whiskey a link? I asked him earlier, but he said he'd just gotten home. And
Irish who?
Greg,
Greg who?
Boomer,
Let me get. Let me
no.
go to my buddy Irish Whiskey.
Did you hear about that card
Did
reading that I got last night, Anniki?
Yeah, I was listening to it. Yeah, that's crazy. 9
The
cards.
nine cards fell out because
Wow.
and I'm praying before they do it. I know they pray over the cards, but on the other end, it's kind of nice to have the other person asking too.
Yeah.
And I always do, but I always get asked for protection in case there's some kind of interference that would mess me up, and that could easily happen.
Hmm.
Um, I'm really putting my trust in somebody else's uh, gifts and talents. Um, so,
Yeah.
I mean, talk about being spot on, though, considering I was blown away. If I wasn't already laying down, I would have fallen down. It's like, because
Wow.
I don't
Yeah.
put much stock in the cards because it's kind of like, to me, I don't. But when it starts, he's here. Cool.
Hi,
all right.
Irish.
I don't have to feel guilty about falling asleep now.
Yes, you do. You stay awake, mister. I'm just kidding.
It's the height of rudity to fall asleep on Dreams channel.
Guys.
What's
Hi, Greg.
up, Greg?
Welcome.
How are you?
I know
Oh,
you're tired. You've had a day, huh?
yeah. I basically I left here at 12 noon and I got home at 11. So
That's a
That's a long day.
long.
kind of long.
Well, anybody that's in the chat or you guys, so Jackson comes up with some very bizarre, his little body comes up with some most bizarre things I've never heard of before. And I haven't went live on my channel or told anybody really what happened, but his little body, his appendix made stones. I guess that's a thing. It's like gallstones, but in your appendix. And I forget what the
I've
doctor
never heard
called
of
it.
such a thing.
Right? And just leave it to Jackson to come up with the most bizarre thing he can possibly come up with for the doctors to be stressed out trying to figure it out.
Was like, how do you do that? Is he going to have his appendix removed?
Yeah, I think that's where they're striving for. Well, yesterday we go to just a regular doctor's appointment for his GI doctor, and he's been having pain, but it's like a different type of a pain.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, this pain came out of nowhere, and then he couldn't pee, and like for a whole day. And then the next day, he had a major fever. And I took him to his pediatrician, and they were like, "Oh, it's just a virus." But then he had the GI appointment the next day, so we went to that, and they sent us to the emergency room like an hour and a half away from my house. Hospital I never been to. Doctors I don't know, because the hospital he goes to, I know all the doctors, all the nurses. He's there so much, but that was just, I don't know, it was weird. And then they sent us home because he wasn't in distress at that particular minute. So they said they think he might have passed a stone, because then he said it hurt to pee the next day. And they think he might have passed a stone. It wasn't a kidney stone. It was an appendix stone. I forget what he called it. Starts with an F, though. But, yeah, that's a thing.
It is now.
I just have to laugh about it because it's like...
He's making it up as he goes along, Anniki, I swear.
I'm telling you. This kid, man. And the doctor goes, "You're gonna kill me. You're trying to stress me out." It's kind of funny.
It's
Poor GI doctor's like, "Not more. I heard he fixed you. Go away." He just, yeah. So, I don't know. I kind of find it ironic that he just keeps coming up with the most bizarre things he could possibly come up with. Things I've never heard of.
Yeah, I think the GI doctor's scratching his head a bit.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh God, you're stressing me out, child."
Yeah, think about what Mom feels, though.
I know. And I'm like, I already have this bile duct thing that I have to have surgery for, and there's going to be Jackson in the next bed with appendix surgery. Like,
was like, yes. Oh my gosh. There's my daughter. Hi, Brandy. Brandolyn is my daughter, Brandy.
Oh, hi, Brandy.
It's
That's
my
cool.
oldest daughter. I'm just sitting here. This is Boomer and Greg and Anniki. I'm just making a shopping list cover. I said shopping cover. That's what I'm making. And after that, we'll need speech. Hey, Mama, she says. Oh, look at that. Now she lives in Kentucky. I can't, what are you doing up at 2 a.m? Listen at me go, y'all. Just leave it to Jackson for a new medical mystery. Absolutely, Anniki.
Right?
And I heard your beautiful testimony on cabs tonight. I was in and out of that stream as I was very busy doing life.
Isn't that incredible, though?
Yes.
I don't know.
There was a lady who passed out in front of me at Walmart as well, and I was in the cereal aisle, and forever we've called it clean up on aisle 10. She's got pains on me, and I just bumped the camera arm. Yeah, she passed out right in front of my little granddaughter, whose mother was in the live stream right now. And my little granddaughter was sitting in the shopping buggy, or the cart where you live, the shopping cart. But let's see, I can pull this down. I'm going to have to just readjust this camera because the other night, I believe it was in a different spot and I wasn't struggling so much for table space like I am right now. Okay, sorry to wobble it around so much, you guys, but
Yeah, I freaked my neighbor last night.
I just want to say real quick, Brandolyn, you just been boomerized.
Oh boy, call her Brandy, Boomer. My oldest daughter's Brandy.
Okay, Brandy, you just been boomerized.
Brandy meet Boomer. This is your other uncle you never heard about. He's my brother online. Let me see. I need to get 8 inches cut right here. So, what is that? She said. This? What is what? I don't know.
Boomerized, maybe? I don't know.
Oh, Boomer D subscribe to your channel. So that's what he was just kidding. He was saying you've been boomerized. That was Boomer being funny. Just had to explain it to her. She don't speak YouTube. She's just a supporter, y'all.
So I told my mom that. I'm like, I wish you would see like the way Jackson has helped people. No.
Yeah, she says, what is boomerized? That's what she wanted to know. Yeah, it's a brand new word that Boomer made up. Yeah. When he gets to be a man, it's going to be something else, I tell you.
Yeah.
Did I cut that at 8 or 6? I cut that at 8. She says, cool, thank you. I'm getting subscribers without the content. You'd be surprised how many supporters have subscribers. I have a good friend on here. I'm surprised you know about me and come to my channel. I'm sitting here tonight and I need to actually be able to put what I'm doing on screen. Jan, hi. I haven't seen you. Wait a minute. I can't say that. You were here the last time I went live. I'm making a shopping list cover, you know, something that you could like drop in your purse. And I had to rewrite the directions. So it took me a while before I got started. If you guys haven't left a thumbs up, please do. It helps me get seen in analytics a little better. And if you don't like it, give me a thumbs down. It helps me get seen in the analytics a little better. I didn't lie, did I, Anniki?
Right.
I was like, you know, and I'll sleep just as good tonight. You know, I'll just know who my real friends are. And James the Sharpshooter, for those who don't know, is the mod every YouTube creator wants to have. Anytime he comes on, I am just flabbergasted that he's here supporting and helping me, because he could be like, and he is on everybody's live stream at the same
Gotta
time.
love James, man. Gotta love James.
Always have since the first time I met him.
He is one of my boys.
First time I met him,
like one of my boys.
Years ago, I was like, that dude is the man. I'm telling you, who can do all that?
Yeah.
Who can turn the world on with his smile? Who can take a nothing day? Boy, that's just how old I am. Nobody remembers that TV show. And suddenly make it all seem worthwhile. You're gonna make it after all. I'll tell you how old that is. That's the Mary Tyler Moore Show.
I knew. I was trying to think of it. I was like, I know that song from somewhere.
Oh, God. The Love Book. I'm being silly now. Let's see. I need another sheet of paper at. Hey, Boomer, I've got another piece of paper with a hole in it. He didn't believe I had a hole in it when I tore it out of the thing. Jan's Life remembered that, and Belinda does, the Mary Tyler Moore Show. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I remember the show. I just never watched it.
But you remember the theme song. Yeah. I mean, it was played on.
I remember the theme song from the X-Files.
Sing it. I don't.
Oh, well, I can't sing, and it's you got to kind of whistle too, and I can't whistle.
I can't whistle either, so.
Oh, I can do the cha-ching.
Yeah.
What was that? The sexual crimes unit thing.
Mm-hmm. SUV or SVU.
Yes, yes.
One time I'm like, I'm watching SVU. I mean SUV. What is it?
I'm watching something.
My kids are like,
TV,
oh,
right?
God, just say Law and Order. I'm like, no, I'm gonna start calling it SVU now.
Is it the SUV? She's watching the car, y'all.
Yeah.
She's watching the car. So sometime if you can private chat me into my daughter's like SVU, but yes, but
yeah,
you
the
know,
SUV. I'm watching SUV.
you know, I'm watching the car.
All about crime.
It was like this crime car. and it, as I always say, bless your heart.
I'm telling you, I wish I had a little GoPro that I was wearing last night when I had the stream going. My neighbor was running because she's moving out, right? And she was doing some laundry, and she was going to stay the night here. And she was doing laundry, and she's like, "What is that noise over there?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's a spirit box." And she's like, "What'd you do?" And I go, "Well, you can talk to spirits." And she goes, "Why is it so noisy?" And I go, "What do you mean the ch-ch-ch-ch?" And she goes, No, that the other thing." I go, "Oh, that's spirit voices." And the look on her face, she just totally freaking freaked out.
Yeah, I kind of would too.
And she's like, but it's like she knows I do it. She's driven by when I've been doing it before. She's told me stories, and the house she was growing up, like things would fly off the wall and halfway across the room. And she's lived that, and then all of a sudden she hears a spirit box and she starts tripping out. And she's like, "Oh my God." She's like, "Where are they?" I go, she goes, "Are they like right here?" And I go, "Well, it's probably a few around the truck, but like around the back and this and that, they don't have to be right on top to use it." And she's like, "Oh my God, I didn't know there were spirits here." And I'm like, "Yeah, we got, little Lily." I said, "Yeah, we got a little girl here." And she's like, "Oh my God, why are you doing that to me?" And I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about? What do you mean? What do you mean? What am I doing to you?" And she's like, "You're doing that to me." And I'm like, "I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about." And she was just like wigging out. She's like, "Oh, that's not a little girl. That's a demon." I'm like, "No, that's a little girl, But she was like totally wigging out. So finally, she just like, she pulled her stuff out of the dryer. She pulled her stuff out of the washer. The washer was done, but it was like still wet. And she threw it in the thing. She threw everything in her Jeep, and she didn't come back at all last night.
Oh, jeez.
Wow, that's all I can say is you dodged a bullet. Oh boy.
Now, what I didn't tell her is, you remember those videos I did about the haunted apartment? There were
Yeah.
there were streams back, probably about 5 6 months ago. Um, the haunted it was the haunted studio apartment and stuff right here. That was her apartment.
Oh wow.
Well, and she's tripped out that there's stuff that's
It's
going
outside.
on in her house that she shouldn't have.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, there's something, because I know there's one. What That's where we first met Lily, was when I was doing a live stream investigation in there, and one I was trying to do. The K2 would be hitting, going, bouncing and holding the yellow. And as soon as I turn my cell phone to it, it stopped just before it got in frame, and it was doing that for
Wow.
like an hour. And finally, I focused on the spirit box, and I see it going off. So I'd sit there, and I just keep my focus. I keep thinking spirit box, and I just slowly turn the cell phone to catch the K2 going off. So it's like I had to sneak it in.
Wow.
But for some reason, people don't stay in that one apartment.
Hmm.
Wow.
I've been here for, I moved in September of 2014. And in that time, there was a guy there for quite a while. But they had to evict him because he was hanging around the neighbor's door with a kitchen knife. So they booted him out.
Yeah,
But
they. Mm.
and as soon as
They wouldn't have had to. They'd have needed the coroner. I don't put up with that crap with any kind of neighbor. Mm-mm.
so
I'm
there's been, I
sweet
think,
and I'm nice and I'm grandmotherly, but when it comes to safety and protecting the family, mm-mm.
so in
Yeah.
the last 2 years, there's been 4 people there in the last 2.5 years.
Wow.
That's a lot. Yeah, I can. You've got. She lives in government housing as well, and it looks like the Walking Dead there on the weekend. I've come up there and stayed with her before. Oh yeah, it's they're pretty active on the outside, and that's just the real people.
Yeah. That's how it is here too. We went to the Columbine Memorial at the cemetery where some of the kids were
Yeah.
laid to rest or whatever, and I saw this lady on this hill and she was humming, but it was almost as if she was. Oh, that's weird. My light is flickering when I'm telling you guys this. Okay.
Oh
That was just really weird. Okay.
no.
So there was this lady on this hill and she was humming, and it was almost as if she was humming like right in my face. That's how loud it seemed to me. And she has like a handbag. She's an older lady and she's walking on the side of this hill. And I'm like, she looks lost. And the boys look at me and they go, who's lost? And I was like, that lady right there. Doesn't she look kind of lost? And they're like, what lady? There
Okay.
is nobody standing right there. I was like, she's not standing,
Are
she's
they playing
walking.
with you?
And I said, are you guys, yeah, I asked them. I said, are you guys can't see that? You guys can't hear that? And they were like, no, there's just nobody there. And that lady followed me throughout the whole, and so we got in the car and we drove through the cemetery looking, for the memorial. They
Yeah.
do have a memorial place you can go sit and talk to them and stuff, but this lady just kept following us around, and then she would be over there and she'd be over here, and she's just always walking with, her handbag at her side and just humming a song. And I was like, my kids didn't see her. And then there was a guy, and he was riding his bicycle through with his little kids, and I thought, that's strange. Like, why are you like cutting through the cemetery to get, you know what I mean? Like, it's weird to me.
Yes.
But, okay, to each its own. And I commented about it to the boys, and they were like, "There are no kids on bikes, Mom." And I was like, "Okay, yep, it's time to go." That's freaking me out. It's freaking me out. You guys don't see them and hear them, and I'm out. And there was an older, and he was an older gentleman. You could just tell by the way, the voice was. But he was like, "Hello, hello, I know you can hear me. Hello." And I was like, "Yep, it's time to go." That freaked me out enough to leave.
Yeah, would have me too.
But it's like I see them like as if they're people, and I was telling my mom about it, and she's like, "Yeah, you got a gift," and I was like, "But I don't want that gift."
Was like, give me
It's really
something else.
scary because to me they look like you and me, like, and it's not all the time, but when they want to show themselves, yeah, I'm like freaked out because Jackson can hear them a lot of the times, but nobody was hearing what I was hearing or seeing, and and then I was like, "Yep, I'm out. I'm done. I'm out of here." It was
I
enough to make
saw,
me leave when the guy was like, "Hello," and
I
then
saw
Craig comes out of his room and he says, "Who is that? Is there somebody outside yelling at you?" And I was like, "No." And he's like, "I keep hearing somebody saying hello." And I was like, "Oh God," he came home with us. Like, so we went through the house and, cleaned the house, like saged the
blessed
house
it.
and blessed it with holy water and stuff. But that was enough to freak me out. And Craig
Yeah,
heard it too. And I was like,
that's kind of freaky because I don't really see him as being a
no,
person.
and he's not.
And not
He
a believer
really
at all.
tries to really ignore it like it's not happening.
La,
But that
la,
freaked
la.
him out. He came out with his gun, like thinking somebody was in our house. That's how like loud the guy was being. You know what I mean? And um, I recorded a song me and Jackson sang over the video, because you can hear him in the video going, "Hello, hello," but I put music over it. You know what I mean? So I
You
don't
know,
know.
that
It's
reminds me of the
crazy.
guy in the subway of that movie named Ghost, called Ghost with Patrick Swayze.
Oh yeah.
It reminds me of the obnoxious guy in the subway.
Mhm.
He was
Yeah, it was
really
crazy.
obnoxious and just kind of a jerk. And the way you're describing that, it's like the guy in the movie The Ghost. Not the ghost, Ghost.
Yeah. It
I've
was enough to make me leave the cemetery.
got this visualization here in my head. You go into the store and there's a person in front of you, and you're waiting for them, and they're putting the stuff on the conveyor belt, and you're talking to them, and then everybody else sees you holding up the line and nobody in front of you, and you're
Yep.
talking to the air.
Oh my God, that's weird. Yep. Jackson sometimes will be walking and then he'll like zigzag. And I'm like, "What are you doing?" "Well, I don't want to run into that person."
Huh.
Okay.
Alrighty then.
But yeah.
Whoa. So
Yep.
your
It's like,
mom,
yeah, I see them like they're you and me. Like they're not see through.
no,
They're not even pale. They're like you and me. Like, so, and I
but
don't
you
see them all injured and whatever, however they might have died or whatever. They just look like regular people.
but you feel the difference.
Yeah, and I'm like,
If you
yeah, especially
will,
when they're like standing in your bathroom and you know they're not supposed to be there.
or they're
Like,
looking at you in the mirror and they're not supposed
yeah,
to do
yep,
that. I'm
yep.
like, well, every morning this old lady looks out at me at the mirror. It
Oh
scares me
wow.
to death. I'm like, who is she? And it's me.
Did you ever see that movie American Werewolf in London?
Mm-mm,
No.
Oh, you never did? It's
no.
actually okay. He's supposed to be like the last werewolf. Friend get attacked, right? Um,
Mhm.
doing one of these cross country Europe things. They get attacked. He survives. His friend dies, and everybody shoots the attacking wolf, which is supposedly the last one, but he survived. So now he's the last one, and he can see his friend, and he can see all the other people that have been over time that have been killed by the werewolf. And yeah, they're and they show them it's like what they look like after the attack,
Mhm.
and they're starting to like even the spirits are starting to like decompose and everything as spirits. And he's like, wow, you guys really don't look all that great. Uh, maybe use some makeup or something. And he's like, no, this we're stuck in limbo until the last werewolf dies, and that's you.
Oh my.
Oh wow. That's fun. My mom said, "Well, are you a spirit? Do we actually are you like not here?" Like she started questioning it. She's like, "That's
Oh,
weird that you see them."
we're like, well,
I
would
didn't
you?
ask for it.
No, that's the ones who have it.
Yeah.
The ones who go around asking everybody, "Do you think I'm gifted? Do you think I'm gifted? Do I have abilities? Do I have abilities, honey? If you've got it, you know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want a lot of people to know it."
Yeah. It's like the first time, like in a very long time, me and my mom just actually just had a conversation, and it wasn't about her, and
That feels so
it was
good.
about. I was able to share a lot about YouTube with her tonight because she's not a computer person. She don't know nothing about anything. Somehow her
You don't know
phone, she
nothing
did
about
something. She switched her phone to something, and now it's all like Japanese. She can't figure it out. Like that, she don't know how to
yeah.
Google how to fix it. She's like one of those like
Oh my god.
anti thing. But I tell her about people like you guys on YouTube.
Oh, excuse me for a minute. Alyssa is here.
Alyssa.
Hi, Alyssa.
Alyssa, which Alyssa?
Alyssa Parrish from Australia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a real good conversation I had with
Yeah,
her
I'm
about just
sure
everything and
needed it too.
how Jackson, he was. And share this with you guys, and I've shared it on my own channel, but Jackson was about 10 years old. He's in the hospital, and he didn't want to be there, what kid does.
Right.
And he looked at me and said, Mom, I'm done. I don't want to fight anymore. I just want to be done. I need you to
That
let
has
me
to break
go.
your heart. Oh, God.
And he,
That's scary.
yeah, it was awful to hear your little baby talk like that,
No.
and I immediately went and got the nurse, and I made the nurse and the doctors call a priest, because that's my
Right.
religion, and I wanted him counseling, but from the church,
Yes.
And later that night, he had fallen asleep. The priest came right away, and they talked privately and I don't know what they really talked about, and I tried to do what was best for Jackson at that time, and
Every time, Anniki.
well,
I'm
at
just.
this time I did, and and I tried helping him through. It wasn't like a snap of the finger and he snapped out of it type of thing. It took a long time for him to not feel like he just didn't want to fight anymore. But he had a dream later that night, and he still says to this day, and he has it written down in a journal, it was not a dream. And he said that Jesus came to him and sat with him on his bed, and God came, and he said, you could look at Jesus. He was really bright. You could look at him and talk to him, but you couldn't look at God. God, if you looked directly at God, it was so bright, but it was such an overwhelming feeling of just pure love. That, and
Mm,
if you're not ready to be with him, you're not able to receive that ultimate pure love. Because and this is a 10-year-old kid talking, but
that's so
when you
prophetic.
die, you need that pure love. You need to be accepted, like, and not be afraid. So you're able to look at God when it's your time. But if you can't look at God, then it's not your time. Now that came from a 10-year-old kid.
That's just that's so deep.
And he had
But
it three nights in a row that happened to him.
Hey guys, I'm gonna pop off here. I already started dozing off twice already, so
get to
Okay,
feeling better,
Boomer.
and thank you for being here, Boomer.
Good
yeah,
night.
absolutely. All right, y'all. Have a good night. Yeah.
You
All
feel better
Much
right.
by
love
tomorrow.
and keep it real.
All right. Love you, Boomer.
All right, love y'all. Good night.
Good night. So yeah, that came from a 10-year-old little kid. What 10-year-old little kid talks like that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I had a friend. Well, I've mentioned her um, in several of my streams. The girl that can actually see the spirits and saw the spirits around the complex here.
Mhm.
Um, at that time, she was 16, and her mom was here, and I was telling her, it's like, okay, that's cool. I go, I get it, I understand, but I told her, it's like, go, make sure you are very, very careful of who you tell that,
that is
because
Mhm.
exactly correct.
you don't want a teacher or somebody from admin saying you got to see a psychologist
Yep.
and your mom have no choice in the matter, and then they start giving you these freaking drugs you need to
Medications.
take, and
Mhm.
I said, so
I
just
had yeah. Jackson's thought pediatrician told me that. Well, he's got to be depressed. He's got to be sad. After everything he's been through, he's got to have some kind of feeling. He's hiding something from you.
and
No,
they want to they
Jackson's
want
a
to
happy kid.
they
Hold on
want
for a second. I wanted to say
to
hi and welcome to Native Grammy
Hi,
and
Native Grammy.
let her know that I saw her, and then go ahead and continue.
no,
Go
it's all
ahead.
about, it's like with doctors anymore, it's all about pushing these psychotropic drugs or anything, because they get a kickback for every prescription, so they
Yeah.
start pumping these white refined chemicals, and that's the answer. And
Yep.
usually the side effects are just as bad, if not worse, than what the original symptom they're trying to take care of was. It's like,
All they're doing is masking the problem.
yeah,
Yep.
so they give them one prescription, and then from all the different side effects, they go from one prescription to seven prescriptions,
Yep.
and $1,200 a month prescription bills, and it's just ridiculous.
Yeah. I think, just the talking helped Jackson to overcome that feeling, and he turned his story into helping his friends, like not feel like that. So I don't know. I just think Jackson has a story to tell, and just gotta wait for him to be ready to tell it. But me telling it is just, I don't know, so much
Was not.
different when he says it, and then I'm trying to relay it to other people. And they're like, he's an inspiration, and I think that's, you know,
You're
helps
real lucky to
people.
have a kid like that, though. Let me
Oh
see.
yeah, I
Oh,
am. And that's what I told my mom. I said, if it wasn't for my mom teaching me how to be a mom and my grandma teaching her how to be, it's just a cycle that I don't know. But yeah, I agree with the medications. I always refuse because they're like, well, let's try him on a low dose of this. I don't want anything for him. He doesn't need your psychiatrist to tell him that, he's sick. He knows he's sick. Like, you're not going to convince him but he's a happy kid. You know what I mean? And he always tells me I wouldn't change anything because it made me who I am. And it made that faith that much stronger. So,
Now there's only one psychologist that I know. I mean, I've talked to her a lot. Never met her in person, but I talked to her a lot. And like I said, she is a psychologist, but she has abilities. So she helps
mm,
kids, but she's not going to, when somebody comes like to them, and she can usually talk to them and figure it out. It's like, okay, this kid has some abilities. They don't need drugs,
right.
and she'll help try to get them to understand, and because I think that's a lot of part of it, that they don't understand what's going on.
Yeah.
But it's like they're going through it every day, and it's like none of their friends understand. They don't. The friends don't have it, and they're dealing with it alone. So
Right.
things just
Yeah.
start getting worse and worse and worse. But if there's somebody there that's like, okay, this is what's happening. There's people like
Mm-hmm.
this, people like that. Not everyone has it. Not everyone's going to understand, and just kind of help them through it a little bit, and they're going to be fine.
Yeah. That's why the priest at our church is real. He's like a nowadays. You know what I mean? He doesn't.
Yes, he's very modern
like,
and open-minded. You think?
right. Yeah. And he's not like, I don't know how to explain it, but he's not like a judging person that like judges you for your beliefs or your sexuality or anything, and he was really able to help Jackson. It took, it wasn't like overnight, but it really helped him. And I think that's, kids don't, I didn't know how to help him, so I'm going to reach out to somebody that I trust that can help him.
That's what a mom does.
I don't know, I'm sorry you feel like that. Stop it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. It was like, stop it, quit it. Well, my daughter Brandy in the chat, I'm very fortunate. The only time that she got sick was with her tonsils and adenoids, and she bled. You could hear her snore all through the house when she was only 4 years old. And so I got her tonsils and her adenoids removed.
Yeah.
And I medicate my kids when they got sick with like a popsicle or something. And I tell them, I had medicine in it. It'll make them feel better. And I bought her dreamsicles after she got her tonsils out. And she even looked like she was having trouble. I was like, oh, well, eat this ice cream, because I wanted it to numb her throat. To this day, she cannot stand them because I just mothered.
Yeah, Jackson too, with certain things that they couldn't have, that they had to have or whatever for after surgery, you on a liquid diet or soft diet.
It might be smothering, but I meant it like, I meant it in a way that would numb her pain and taste good at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's funny though. She's grown now, and to this day, she said, "No, can't even.
Yeah.
I can't even."
Jackson can't do vanilla ice cream. Ice cream's hard for him because of having it so much when he was
in the hospital.
Yeah, and popsicles and stuff. He's like, no, I don't want that.
And I don't think with her it just brings back bad memories or anything. I think.
Oh no, it's just too much of it.
On the taste, it was just like, it's enough is enough.
Yeah, yep, that's what it was for Jackson. It wasn't more like, okay, yeah, I had too much of that. I don't want it no more.
Right, and you guys,
so much soft things you can make a kid though.
Well, there's Brandy in the chat. She says, "Ha ha! I had so much dreamsicles. The taste makes me gag."
Yeah, see, that's how Jackson is with vanilla ice cream.
So he's gonna have these stories when he grows up and comes back to you and goes, "My mom."
Yeah, I remember him. He was eating like whatever, and he was actually like pooping it out like 15 minutes later. Like he had spaghetti, he'd poop out spaghetti. So it was just not digesting. It was just it was another real rare thing he had. And then so he was limited to his IVs and popsicles. That's all he could get at. And so he started to experiment with the popsicles. And now, like, he was making that color poop.
Oh, Lord.
So he's like, I'm going to make turquoise poop. Yeah, and he would eat green popsicles, and then he'd eat blue popsicles. and he pooped out turquoise poop, and he left it in the little bowl in the toilet, and
Oh gosh.
he saved it for the doctor to look at.
Oh, I bet that made his day. Isn't that wonderful?
He's like, gee, thanks.
I was like, thanks for
He was
sharing.
all proud of his turquoise poop. So
I've
funny.
done it before, but it's usually when I eat a whole bunch of corn.
Yeah. It's just funny how
Yeah.
certain things you don't digest, and
Yeah, the
you know,
shell corn is indigestible. That I can't eat it now because I have diverticulitis, and so corn is one of the things I cannot have.
yeah, pepper is
Yeah.
another thing that your body doesn't digest. And I never knew that. So when you season your food with pepper, that
That's
pepper just comes
crazy.
out pepper.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that are like that, but
I love
Well,
that.
I like the corn. I get the frozen corn, and the
oh
stuff
yeah,
I get, it's like it's not a big company. It's one like a group of farmers that kind of started their own,
oh
and it's
cool,
like
Yes.
corn and the peas, and it's non-GMO. So
oh
they
that's good.
Nice.
refuse to grow the GMO. So it's like all non-GMO, and they package it themselves, or they have their company, but
Is
they
it
own
like
the
a
company.
little co-op?
That's
Uh,
awesome.
I'm not sure. It's but the Winco has it here, and it specifically says on there non-GMO, and it's not a big corporate name or anything.
Hmm.
Hmm.
See, Jackson wanted to do that. So that story I told, he wants to start growing his own vegetables in these 5-gallon buckets.
Make sure their food's safe. You can get them from the deli part at your grocery store
Uh
where they
huh.
make the cakes.
Yeah.
'Cause they have to use icing every day.
Uh huh.
And I ask for them at restaurants too. Because if you get
Oh.
the kind of plastic that's not food safe, the plastic will leach into the food and it'll be toxic for you eventually.
Oh.
Oh, it's called
That's a good tip. We
Flav
haven't done it yet, but
Pack, FLAV, and then there's a dot R, a dot, and then PAC,
huh.
and
Mm.
it's
I'll have to
non-GMO
look for
verified.
it.
Now, I'm growing cucumbers and beans and tomatoes, and I'm growing peppers and
I don't. Yeah, Jackson really got into wanting vegetables, and I have a friend on here. Her name's Allie Levesky, and she made she's told me over chat, but that she made peppers with zucchini and squash and sausage and over rice, and I tried it,
mm,
and from that point Jackson is addicted to zucchini and squash and peppers, and you know he always says with zucchini though, I can't tell if I like it, and he'll keep eating it, but I don't know if I like it. So he's so funny. But yeah, those are the things he wants to try to grow. We haven't started it yet, so thanks for that tip. Because yeah, I gotta better make sure.
yes, you really do because it's one of those things that happen over a long period of time, and you won't know why, and then you'll do the I could have had a V8 forehead slap and go, no, Alicia knew.
Yeah.
No, Alicia knew. And Brandy's saying my smaller cat's gotten into the habit of jumping on the side of the bathtub and reaches with her little paws to push on the lever of the toilet and flush it. I had a cat that used to flush the toilet a lot, a lot.
That's
That is so
funny.
funny. My grandmother had a cat that would use the toilet but never learned to flush. It would actually sit there with its little hind end over the toilet and do balance and do its business. And she said, well, if I could get it to flush, that would be awesome. But yeah, when they're in the house, they pick up a lot on what humans see. It's a true story.
Wow, that's cool.
So I'm going to do something really cool here with heat and stamping and embossing. And Jan said, I can't stand peas because of being in hospital. Oh, yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of things that aren't good because of being in hospital. I glued this on here completely wonky. Wonky, Wonky is the word. So, considering the audition that I'm going to be going on, when Greg read me a card last night, I was totally blown away. He actually gave me 3 because 9 fell out of his deck.
Wow.
And it was the Rebel cards. And the card that I got said, use your voice.
Oh.
You'll be successful, use your voice. But don't be stupid.
Yeah, it was something like, the world needs you, and you need to use your voice. Just don't use it for stupid shit.
Nope. And I'm like, yeah, I'm about to go on the biggest audition of my life, and the world needs me to use my voice. Okay. I was like, is that not a sign or what?
Right.
I'm like, I'm listening.
Now, when you get a big record contract, are you going to remember us, Alicia?
Like an elephant, I don't forget. I wish I did. I've wanted that my whole life. I've wanted that since I was a little girl, and I used to pretend to be singing at the Grand Ole Opry when I was like 7 and 8 years old. Would stand out on the front porch, and we lived so high up on the mountain that when we looked down, we could see the top of the pine trees and the tops and roofs of other people's houses. And in the valley was our elementary school. And when we would sit on the front porch was outside the bedroom on the top floor. You could go out there and sit on it for some reason. And my sister and I would practice singing and harmonizing together, and we would project intentionally so that we could echo our voices off the mountain across from us. And we used to pretend, because children like to do make believe and pretend. We used to pretend that we were putting on a show at the Grand Ole Opry, and we used to invite the neighbors up to come and listen to us sing and stuff. It was fun being a kid and, putting on a show. And so I said, I've always wanted that since I was a kid, but I got busy with other things, and I'm not dead yet. And I don't, there's a lot of talented people out there. This is more for me to say that I gave it a try so that I won't go out and say, what if? And even if I don't, I'm never going to stop singing, because that's a passion of mine anyway. I'm never going to stop. Every door that opens, I'm going to always say yes. But I'm just doing this because they're close, they're near. I've got an appointment now. I sent a video last year and didn't go because I had every time I talked to you last fall, you'd ask me how I was doing, and I said I was really sick. I don't know if you remember. It was like in October or November. And I kept telling you, I'm really sick. I'm really sick. I was having one pancreatitis attack after another, fever, pain, and everything. And it just didn't go away for a long time, Anniki. And you said, I'm sorry you're
I
sick.
do remember that.
But I was really struggling. Well, it was during that time when I had my appointment for the audition to drive to Knoxville, Tennessee. That's where the auditions were being held at that time. It was pouring down rain, like sideways, heavy, hard. And I was so sick, and I had a small fever, and I was in pain, like pancreatitis type pain.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get up out of bed. There was no way. And I just said, well, if it's God's will for me to go up there and try, because Knoxville is 2 hours away from me anyway. And when you get into that town, the traffic gets really crazy. There's a bridge up there where I don't know, the traffic can get really tangled. There's something like that here in Atlanta called Spaghetti Junction.
Mm.
Uh, so, but Knoxville's really crazy, and I knew if I went up there sick and got lost, and I'm going by myself, and I'm going to try to be back home, and the traffic's really hard. It's a hard drive on me physically. But
Right.
I said, well, if it's the Lord's will for me to at least try out, they'll come around again. And because I had signed up for that audition last fall, I was still on their email list. So I got
Oh.
something in my email box that says there's auditions going to be in your area. I had to sign back up again, but they already had a video audition and everything. So I signed up again and I got a new number. And the audition is for July. The real judges for America's Got Talent aren't going to be there. Their workers are. But they will be if you get a call back. And, I'm thinking age, talent, experience, all of that is against me, but the passion is there and the emotion is there and the want to has always been there. And I'm just doing it to say that I did. And as a role model for my adult kids, to follow your dreams, don't give up, don't matter what age you are, keep on keeping on, even if you have to beg and crawl. And if they say yes, then honey, I am going to fly. If they say no, I'm no better off than I am. And I won't go to my grave wondering what if.
Yep. You got to live those life experiences because you just can't pass them up. If you know, and you're right. If it's God telling you can do it, it's the right time, then it's the right time.
And I've been getting all this confirmation from other people who I really trust. Like I told Boomer, and the hair stood right up on his arms. I told Benny Loco, and later, same thing happened to her. She began to weep. She began to bawl her eyeballs out. Benny Loco did. I love her.
Me too.
She said, I feel it. She just felt it.
Yeah. When you were singing that day on Cabs this week, on Tuesday, yeah, you had me in tears. I could feel the emotion.
There's a song
from your song. So I love watching your channel. I should start leaving comments more because I'm one of the people that watches when you sing. I'm just so mesmerized by it. I'm like, oh my God, it's so beautiful.
I want it really, really bad, Anniki. I've wanted it for more than 40 years, Anniki. I want it really, really bad.
See, you're like me. I tell my kids, dream big, achieve those dreams, and keep dreaming.
And if I don't, I'm going to celebrate everybody else. I don't have a jealous bone in my body. I really have never struggled with that.
Oh, Jenny's in the chat.
Hi, Jenny. She was here when it began. And I haven't seen her for a while. And now she's here again, too.
No, Alicia, that one thing you did, I really liked that one. That was The House That Built Me.
Oh, my goodness. That's a new Miranda.
That one was like, oh, damn, this is yeah.
Yeah.
I think my daughter Brandy likes my singing, too.
You definitely have a gift there. And
I came up, if you love
the whole world needs to know about it.
If you love country music and you can't make them feel it, then you're not a country music singer. Right. You're just a performer. She said, my mama gave me a record player and records when I was 13 years old. And since then, I knew what I wanted to have my own radio station, be a DJ. And it's because of her I'm musically versed in all genres. She's had her own radio station online for a while. And she took it when she was in high school, too. They had arts and production and stuff like that there. And she's really, really good with that. And she's the one that told me what mic was really good that she was using. And I went and got one. Now, Green Bay said that he gave his to his kid. But my microphone that I use some of the time. I'm not using a microphone now. I'm using a webcam, which in fact I keep banging into it, unfortunately, while I'm working. I'm so sorry, you guys.
I want to tell you something, Alicia.
Yes.
One day I walked into work, and I had you playing on YouTube, and a coworker goes, "What are you listening to?" I go, "Oh, I'm watching YouTube," and it was you singing, and she starts listening, and she goes, "They got Patsy Cline on YouTube?"
What?
Wow.
Wow! She's a hero of mine. I don't try to sound like anybody on purpose. That would be awful. But that
Wow.
is high, high praise.
And
Trying
she
to,
she actually, because Patsy Cline's been gone for a while, and that was like that stumped her, and she was that's what she said. She's like, "They got Patsy Cline's stuff on YouTube?" And I go, "No, it's
Wow.
Alicia."
wow.
How
Just
do you
tell
say your name?
me,
Yeah, how do you pronounce your name?
Nalisha. Nalisha.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Now,
I say it right.
have you ever met anyone named Alicia?
Yeah.
Okay, just say it with an N in front of it.
Okay. So I'm
No,
saying it right then.
I always thought you did. I didn't know you were struggling.
No, I just thought, I don't know. I heard somebody else say it different one time, and I was like, wait,
Well, everybody's
that how you say it?
no,
Shoot.
everybody has said your name differently, but I
Oh,
think I'm
yeah.
the only one that says it right. Nobody ever
Yeah.
says my name right, and I don't have
Well, I
it.
went into
I'm
Boomer's. I
used,
remember meeting Boomer and going into his chat. And, at that time, I had my last name as part of my channel. And it was a big old long name, too. And plus the Jack Colorado Explorers part. And I came in and he's like, he said my name right off the bat. Never met him. Never saw him in anybody else's chat. Just happened to go to his chat. And because of, I think, probably Green Bay or Gab, that I met Boomer.
maybe we rock. I don't know.
And then I was like, he's like, Anniki. And he couldn't say my last name, but he said my first name right. And he never mispronounced it. I was like, okay, that's the first
That's
time
so
ever
that
that
right.
people, so that was kind of cool. So there are
That,
people that do say it right. And I'm like shocked when they do. And I'm like,
that's how I feel.
oh.
And my daughter Brandy has an inner ear issue, and
Mm-hmm.
she feels like she can't sing on pitch to the level that she wants to. She's always had problems with her ears and hearing and everything too. I mean, she's not hearing. She's not deaf, but something's misshapen on the inside. She doesn't hear as well as she should.
Yeah.
And Jan's Life, you're right. Patsy Cline is on YouTube. They have tons of videos of Patsy Cline on YouTube. But that is real high praise, and I appreciate you sharing that. Gosh, I'm going to just be totally stunned. And Greg, I don't want to ever imitate or try to sound like um, anybody on this planet because there's only one Alicia, and I want to remain and try to stay as unique and distinctive as possible. Like if you heard me on the radio, you go, "Yep, that's Alicia. That's not somebody trying to be Miranda or Martina McBride. Nope, that's an Alicia. I wanted to be that distinct that you could recognize my voice by that."
I don't know. It's just I think it was one of her songs you were singing, but that's what she thought. She thought it was like uh, Patsy Cline singing.
I put Sweet Dreams up in the that's the one I sung. And Anniki,
Hmm?
there's a lot of people that come to my channel and listen, and they never leave a comment. And I kind of live for the comments because if you don't leave them, I don't know you're there. And then
Yeah.
I feel discouraged because, I'm home alone a lot. I don't have anybody to talk to. And I had a very bad, sad, depressed day today.
Hmm.
That's Jenny Morceth.
Yeah, but she said a lot of people can't pronounce her last name.
Yeah, but I do. But I got her. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll start leaving comments because I watch everything you do. It's just
I didn't know that. I
I
know.
watch and then I go on to the next video, and
Yeah, I do.
I
Because
do that to a lot of people,
I
and I should
subscribe to a
really
lot.
start leaving comments, even if it's just hi.
Yeah,
I was here.
it was
I
like
came. I saw. I listened.
I
I
went.
gotta go. Yeah,
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 I'm
exactly.
not wanting like high praise or a parade or anything. I just
Just knowing people, like
yeah.
I put up that video yesterday, and so many people that I didn't even know watched my videos left comments of prayers for Jackson, and I believe it when people, say they're praying for Jackson because then I see the results of people praying for Jackson. And I'm like,
Right.
okay. I watched my baby be healed because people prayed for him. So,
And that's
and he was deemed incurable, like incurable, surgeries for the rest of his life. And to be told I'm a man of God first, I'm a man of science second, and I can't scientifically prove what happened. I don't know how that happened. So I can only say God came and put his hand on your son and healed him. I had nothing to do with it. Okay, but you got him to the point, you know what I mean? I was like, okay. And then we're moving to Atlanta, and he actually has two really, like, one really, really best friend is how he described it to me. That is a pediatric GI that does the same thing he does in
are you
Atlanta.
moving to
So
Marietta?
is that not God's plan for us to move there? That Jackson will have a doctor there
And that's confirmation because I
that's
told you about
wow.
the doctors
That
that we have here, remember?
yeah. And my mom even said, she's really sad when she's found out we were moving. I'm really the only kid she talks to out of the four of us, and she was really sad. But at the same time, though, she's finally came around, and she's like, "You need to do this. You need,
Right. You do.
you don't need to feel like you're stuck here." And so with this pain I have now, like I'm on pain medication. I've been on pain medication for 14 years. And I came to the realization over the last couple of weeks that I'm done with it. You know what I mean? I just don't want to. I want to live my life without having to say, okay, I need my daily medication.
You're right.
And I'm done. I want to have a clear head, and I want. So I was telling my mom about it, and I told her that the doctors are even saying that at this new pain clinic that the pain medication,
Sorry.
narcotic pain medication is actually worse for fibromyalgia. It actually makes it worse. And so your brain says, like, this bile duct pain is, so it's telling me, like, you need more because this hurts. And so there you are having more, and then you run out of your prescription, and then you suffer, So I'm just
Right.
tired of that. I'm tired of that feeling. Like, I think I'm going to get through this surgery, and I'm just going to
Well,
go with what the pain doctor says and
what are
help.
they taking out?
Well, I have an enlarged, it's like 10 times the size as it's supposed to be, the common bile duct, which is up by
Oh,
your
yeah.
gallbladder. It's the one that connects all your gallbladder, your pancreas, and your liver come to a Y section, and in that Y section, the main part, it's like super swollen and full of like gunk, basically.
Mm.
and so they're saying, they need to clean it out, but it's a possibility of having your gallbladder taken out. Well, Jackson has been with his GI doctor since he was 3. And so I talked to him about it yesterday, and he said, this can kill you. If you don't have your gallbladder taken out because of this pain, this is a thing that can kill you. Like, you should have said something when it started hurting you, because this has hurt me for probably over a year, and I just never said anything. I just kept on keeping on, you know what I mean? And then
I do, because your mom.
Here I am just, taking more pain medication to try to make that pain stop, and it's just not ever stopping. It's not helping it, so why take it? That's kind of the realization I've come to. So,
Native Grammy is at work, and she's going to the trouble to come in and out of my chat, and that is so sweet. I wanted to acknowledge that and tell her thank you. I appreciate it, because working at night is so hard.
Oh yeah, Kynan works nights too, so I know how that.
It is. I've got a friend who works night shift. My daughter was telling a story about when I took her karaokeing with me one time, and this was about 20 years ago. It was her and her boyfriend at the time. And there were 2 drunk ladies that got up on a microphone. They got real loud. And her and I got so tickled. We started laughing that we couldn't talk. We couldn't breathe. We laughed so hard that we were doing the silent shake and no sound was coming out of our mouth. They were drunk because they got to the part where they're going, na 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 na. Oh, we lost our breath. They were drunker, as we say down here in Georgia, than Cooter Brown. And we don't know who Cooter Brown is. But do you know what city in Atlanta, many areas, that...
Oh, they keep telling me and I keep forgetting because I
Is
keep
it
wanting to tell
Woodstock
you.
or Marietta?
No, it's
Alpharetta?
I
Roswell?
I don't know. Maybe if I researched where a Navajo trucking station is, like, I would figure it out. But
Yeah, you might want to Google it. So, but do you remember me telling you one time in a chat when you said, Alicia, we're coming to Georgia, and I started telling you about all the medical that's around here that are some of the best in the whole country? People are flown in from other countries. They fly in refugees to get surgery to this state, like for cleft palates and stuff. There's special hospitals here that aren't anywhere. And there's a drive to, like, from Atlanta, it's like 4.5 hour drive to the Mayo Clinic in Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah, see, I just think there'd be, because when we moved to Arkansas, the doctor, his GI doctor had a friend that was a pediatric GI. Well, the same month we were moving, he moved to Kentucky. Well, I'd already sold all my belongings, my car, everything I owned to move to. I had nothing left but the clothes on our back, really. And I couldn't go to Kentucky, we ended up moving back here.
That's where my daughter is, Kentucky, in the town where I went to grade school.
Yeah, the GI doctor actually said that there actually is no more pediatric GIs in the state of Arkansas. At all. None. There are, GI doctors, but there's not pediatric GIs. And that's the problem we ran into, is the 3 that were there that, they called in an adult GI doctor, and the doctor is like, yeah, I'm not touching him. Look how little he is. But after this last surgery, my child has grown considerably. Like, he was just so little, and now he's tall, and I don't know.
He had a growing spurt when he got well.
Yeah, it was like he could finally absorb food or something.
Gosh, Anniki, I'm so glad you came up to be on the panel with me. I so wanted to spend time with you, and it's just like hanging with you on a phone call. It's such a blessing to me because I always considered you a friend, and Greg to be here is nice too. It's really
Oh
nice to
yeah.
have you as well. You're also a friend, and it was a great thing that you did for helped Boomer, with the coffee pot
Oh
because
yeah, glad I could
coffee
help.
coffee is
I
life.
couldn't imagine. Yeah, I couldn't imagine not having coffee every morning throughout my day, nighttime.
Mm-mm. I
Coffee
would be
doesn't keep me awake,
no. I
but
would. Yeah.
I don't know.
Hi, Lady Swan.
I'll
She
tell you
wants.
one thing I have found about coffee is when I take my CBD oil under the tongue,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
if I take and have 2 or 3 cups of coffee black, it actually seems like it helps with the pain more than just the CBD oil alone.
Oh, really? Wow.
Huh.
That's interesting to know.
It's not legal in Kentucky where my daughter is, and she's so disabled, but she cannot get disability, and she's in pain now, and that's why she's awake.
No. I know
Lady,
what the pain is like. I just don't know. I tired of I
she's
don't know.
been hurting for
Tired of
years.
it.
Get help. Um.
See, that's hard when you can't get the doctors to listen to you, and you
Yeah,
have to
and she
just you have to keep fighting for yourself. So
she
keep
doesn't have a
going from doctor to
car,
doctor.
and she does not have a
Oh,
support system there. And the poverty level where she lives is epidemic. And so is the
wow.
drugs. So people are not interested in helping you. They would rob you before they'd help you there. In the mountains of Kentucky, it's really bad. It's been taken over by meth and opiates.
Oh God.
Yeah. It's like the Walking Dead. I said I visited there. You're looking at people that are in the height of their addiction.
Wow.
And yeah.
Yeah, see, I said before I move, I'm getting off the pain medicine. After this surgery, I'm just done
Can
with
you
it.
take a guess what happened to me today?
What?
What?
Both the
I act-
ladies were going, what? What? What?
Yeah.
I actually hit 1100.
On your
Really?
channel? Woo!
Awesome.
Congratulations. You deserve it, though. You put up awesome content. I wanted to tell Lady
Wow.
Swan what I was
Congratulations.
making. By the way,
Oh yeah,
he
she
does.
asked.
Congratulations, Greg. You deserved it.
Thanks. I hope YouTube hasn't purged them out yet, but
Mm.
that's where it
Yeah.
was.
Everybody in the chat saying congratulations.
Yeah.
Lady Swan is Ghost Mafia's better half. And I always say hi to her. I'm always so excited, but she come to my chat, so woo! She's my friend now. I'm claiming her. You guys
Yeah.
can't have her. I'm not even wanting to share. I'm just making a shopping list. You put shop cover, and then I put an envelope here so you can put your store receipts in, or maybe I don't know, your
Coupons.
coupons or your
Yeah.
your shopping cart. The cards you use when you go to the grocery store that you can get the discount if
Oh
Oh
you
yeah,
buy
yeah.
a product. Well, this is
yeah.
big enough to fit one of those cards in, and I'm going to put a button on it just for decoration or a flower or something. And I think I might be putting one of the flowers on it. And I put the shopping list into. I made a pocket so that when it all gets used up, you can slip another one in there. And it's a
Oh.
trifold thing. And I'm not done with that either. I was going to put another thing on the side. Well,
A
it
little
was,
flap to close it.
yes, I'm going to put a magnetic closure because I'm smart like that. Just kidding. I'm just playing with you guys. I'm just playing. So, yeah. And then there's a stamp and an embossing thing. You can use heat tool. Your Lady Swan said she watched your chat, Irish.
Oh, from last night.
Yeah, she said she watched the. She said I seen you in there. She said, "Hi, Anniki, Jack Colorado Explorers. When I rewatched Ghost Stream, I seen you in there. He wasn't able to really pay attention to the chat." Okay, now
Yeah,
I
they
got.
went out on a little adventure to a cemetery, and it's like a historical cemetery. So. And yeah, I don't know. I go into people's chats and talk, and whether they see me there or not, I just stay and watch. And
Yeah, that's what I
obviously,
do a lot.
I was busy.
I'll go into it. I'll go into a chat. I'll say hi, and then I'll lurk there for 20 minutes or so, and then if I see, and I like to try to hit the small channels. 100, 200, 300 subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if I see something come up and it said there's only like 3 or 4 people in there, I'll go in there, say hi, and then just lurk for 20 or 30 minutes.
That
Give a
really
thumbs up.
helps with the watch time. I have not made my watch time yet, and I'm trying really, really hard. I'm going to go up live a lot and just hang out and talk to my friends, because what does it hurt? I get lonely, and I also get depressed when I don't have anybody to talk to. And I had a bad day with that. I was feeling really down. My self-esteem was low, and my heart was heavy over several different reasons.
No.
Yeah, I see that, Lady Swan. I realize I misunderstood and I misspoke. I'm so sorry. Who whispered? Irish, did you whisper something?
No, I
Okay.
wasn't. I wasn't even facing the phone. I just turned and looked at
It's
my
my
vape, and
ghost
I heard you
buddies.
say somebody whispered.
See,
I
anytime I get on people's panels, they start hearing whispering. And
I
I'm
heard.
telling you, it's coming from my house.
Oh, I thought it was him for a minute because it sounded like he was
I
whispering.
was hoping like
Down
it was
dog.
just, yeah, not,
I'm like,
not,
please say
not my
yes.
house.
Please say yes, because I get goosebumps.
Yeah, it's probably my house.
No, 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 no.
Right? I'm
No.
like, oh God.
Like,
It
oh,
happens anytime I'm on people's panels, I start hearing somebody else whispering, and I always think it's somebody else whispering. I just say it's somebody else whispering, but it's not.
And I only have one cell phone turned on, so it's not the other one echoing. So
it's
I can't see the chat, guys. I only have one going, and I'm on the panel. So
It really sounded like you said something, and I thought, well, maybe he's talking to the cat or the dog or something.
Mm.
did you watch Bama Bell's video?
No.
Mm-mm.
She did a video where she was by I think it's like the Hell's Bridge or Hell's Bridge, something like that. And she started doing the EVPs, and they were getting like uh, Francis's name and some other names, and all of a sudden
Mm.
she's like, you know what? She goes, I didn't hear the name Irish Whiskey, but it sounded just like him. So I had to go back and I ran through it, right there, and it's like it did sound like me coming over the spirit box.
Wow.
Well, the whispering sounded like you whispering, and I thought you were whispering to a cat or a dog.
Oh, I don't have
I thought,
pets.
well,
Maybe it's not my house, but
I really
it
thought it was
happens to
him.
me in every chat I go into. Every
So
I
live,
thought
it
yeah.
could be his house.
it's
Yeah.
not my. I don't have a cat or a dog or anything that doesn't pay a bill, doesn't stay here. I was like, if it's not buying groceries or paying the light bill, you got to go. You know, that's funny, but that's true. I'm with you. I don't think it was me though. It really sounded like he was going like to the cat or a dog. That's all I
Wow.
thought at first. And I'm like,
I'll
oh
have to go back
boy.
and rewatch it and see if there was more whispering that we maybe didn't catch. I don't know.
Well, it's never happened before on my channel.
It's because
Ever.
I'm up here, I'm telling you.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, ooh. Because the house I grew up in had things that bumped in the dark my whole life. I'm pretty used to it, but not in this house, not ever.
Maybe it's my house. I don't know. Did anybody in the chat hear it? 'Cause-
So I'm taking one of these stickers that I got from a pack of stickers at the Dollar Tree, and I just put it on that little envelope as an embellishment. And I put a Velcro closure right there. So, you know, when you close it, you put your receipts and stuff in it, it won't fall out, or you put your store card in it. I just got some glue or something stuck right there on the envelope. So,
Usually I don't hear. I'll hear with like my mind. Like sometimes I'll hear the voice in my mind. Other times I just get words in my mind. There's only been one time when I was at a cemetery, probably a couple months ago, and I was walking around and I'd do the EVP and then I'd walk around and look at the headstones and stuff, and I would only do the EVPs in the truck because there was a funeral going on. I didn't want to, interrupt anything or disrupt anything, so I just walk around and do the headstones outside, and then I go sit in the truck and do some EVPs and get out. And at one point, I was walking around outside looking at the headstones, and I heard a male voice go, "It's Greg," to my right, and I turned and I looked, and it's like I'm the only one standing there.
Wow.
It was the only time.
Oh, wow.
and I swear when I heard that, I thought that was you, Ghost, saying something. I swear that's what I thought. I thought you were talking to, like, I didn't think you had any pets, but I thought you might be outside.
Nope, I'm inside. I live alone. No pets, except for the mice and the ceiling above the refrigerator. No pets.
Well, you know how somebody will like shush an animal or talk to it when it walks by? It was just a real quick sound like that. And my daughter said that house that we lived in on 15th Street, she would get woke up by hearing what sounded like whispering all the time. What you guys don't know was that house belonged to my parents, and that after I was an adult, they moved to another state, and I moved in there with my husband at the time and my children back into the house and lived in the same room that was my bedroom when I was a little girl. And she experienced she wasn't the only thing. All the kids did experience scary stuff in that house. And we had a basement. Even the neighbors' kids did not want to go into that basement because you could walk in so far, and after that, you just didn't want to continue walking. It was that bad.
Wow.
It was like, no, I'm good right here. Thanks. Thank you. No.
Right? Yeah.
Things breaking or something being thrown at you.
I've experienced things being thrown at me when I was a kid. I experienced things flying out of the kitchen cabinet across the room, and the cabinet doors banging open, and the back door banging open, and the lights coming on, and the window raising. I've lived in Amityville Horror, and that was pretty much the norm wherever we lived when I was growing up.
Wow.
So it freaks me out when I thought I heard something, because I've always been able to hear stuff and see stuff, and it wasn't pretty. And then we moved into that same house, and my kids felt it and saw it too, and even their friends felt it. So they're like, no, there's some parts of that house you just don't want to go into. No way, no how.
Yeah.
Sorry. So yeah, every house that we lived when I was growing up as a little girl had poltergeist activity in it.
Mm-hmm.
My my sister and I would watch things fly across the room. We watched our closet door open every night and lights come out and dance around the room. And to make sure that we were not seeing sunspots, we started pointing them out. We would see the same one, and two people do not see the same sunspot moving the same at the same time. They just don't, because your eyes are doing something different. But no, that closet door would come open every single night and the light show would begin, and it would look like different colored. Uh, if you look up there in the light bulb and then you look away and you see these spots float,
Yeah.
well, ours were red and green and blue, floaty, misty colors, and that would fly around the room, and we'd watch it till it put us to sleep. We always saw stuff.
Ghost lights.
Huh?
Those are ghost lights, Alicia.
And it came out of my bedroom closet. And
Now, I don't know actual like spirit orbs, but I had that explained to me because I caught a at a haunted museum. I caught a red orb, and she's going. The lady, when I told her, she goes, "Oh, that's not an orb. That's a ghost light." She goes, "We have here. They come in red, blue, and green."
wow. And I just said, well, these came in red, blue, and green.
Yeah.
Mm.
Now, I've been seeing gold in my house.
Mm.
More recently than ever, I would see gold. And I would be sitting in the back bedroom, and when you open the door, the hall, there's a hall way there. It's not very long. But if you're sitting in the bedroom and the door is open, you can see if somebody's in the house and they flip on the light switch. There's many, many times I could see the light shining on the wall when nobody's flipped on that light switch. I could see the lights come on when I'm sitting there, like watching YouTube, and nobody's turned that light on.
Mm.
But that whole hall will light up. And it's just when I'm by myself. And when I'm by myself, it sounds like a cat or a dog is running up and down the hall playing.
Wow.
Here. I'm like, okay, they're back. Well, like I said, if you're not being productive and you're not paying rent, you can't stay. And I'm all kinds of serious. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Right.
And my daughter's saying when I would walk into that dirt floor basement and other places later on in my life, I could feel a heavy presence that I didn't like at all. Right. It felt like somebody had murdered somebody down there, you guys. It felt like somebody was buried in the dirt back there.
Oh my God. Mm-mm.
Yeah. And all of us kids knew it, and even the neighborhood kids knew it, but we never witnessed anything ever. But we just felt like.
Did you ever see if anything was there?
No, we were children. We weren't going to dig in the dirt. My dad knew it was there. He's very sensitive. He always said that if anything ever wanted to talk to us, that we were very, very honored that it would come to visit us, because they only came to visit people they knew could see them or hear them. I'm like, well, great, because, I've had playmates my whole life, and me and my sister could see it, and my kids could, and my granddaughter can. And so, my great grandmother was gifted. I mean, I don't know anybody in our family that wasn't gifted with this this ability to see and feel. One night it came to my sister's bed, and her back was to the bedroom door, but the bedroom door was open. So she thought my mom had sit down on the edge of the bed, because when somebody sits down and your back is to them, but how the bed will sink down a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
the bed sank down, And this person started crying and saying, where my sister could hear this person crying. At first, she thought my mom sat there and started crying because she did that a lot. She would often run to our bedroom when my daddy was drunk and they were fighting or being abusive. And she would run to me and my sister's bedroom and close the door and crawl into bed with us. And it was usually a school night, so that made things a lot more fun than they needed to be for us children. But that night, she said, and I had already moved out, she said it got, and I believe her totally. You can totally believe her. She said something sat down beside her and started speaking out loud and said, "He promised me I could come. He promised me I could be here. He promised me I could come."
Wow.
Yeah, she was afraid to turn over. She didn't want to see it. She just laid there and prayed. But that's in that house on 15th Street that my daughter's talking about. And we had things, we could knock on the wall, and it would take a while. You just have to be patient. There'd be nobody else home, and you'd get on the other side of that paneling on the wall, you get knocks back.
Wow.
So I grew up with all kinds of stuff. So when I come and talk to you and ghosts and Irish whiskey, I'm not a novice because I don't remember not seeing it. I don't remember not living like this. But if you find out, Greg, why this gold mist is appearing and why I see gold lights occasionally fly into another room, I'll look up and it'll be in my peripheral vision and I'll see it fly from one room to the other.
Okay, here's what I know about gold light. Gold light, okay, everybody says, put yourself in white light. There are some people that prefer gold light because gold light is more powerful, and a lot of the negatives, like I said, a lot of people do the white light. So when the negatives go out looking, they're looking for white light and not so much gold light.
That makes
I don't know
sense.
if that makes sense, but
it makes sense to me because I believe I'm not going to go ahead and say that. I've got a certain level from my age and experience that I can't control anything, but I can deal with it because of what lies within me and experience and age. And so I wouldn't be surprised if gold is like a next level, maybe. I'm guessing, figuring, thinking as I speak, and considering the time frame.
Yeah. It could be a higher level,
Mm-hmm.
a little stronger. But I've never heard of gold light being negative light.
No.
It's always been used
Well,
in a
good,
positive way.
Yeah. That's
And
good.
it's almost like it's playing, and it hangs around me a lot. And I don't get white balls of light. I do electrically shock people a lot when I touch them or hug them. Always. I had a certain ex that would get mad at me because, I didn't mean to, but, it's just is the way it is. Boy, she's fire, Irish. She's fire. That's funny all day. Ain't nothing good come by him for hurting me, though. Nope. Ew, I just accidentally hit the mouse and minimized the chat box, and now I've got it back, hopefully.
I can't see a chat box.
Well, I had it long and parallel to the Hangouts. There, I made it come back. So we got to talking about ghost stories and stuff, y'all. I just let the stream take it where it took it, didn't I?
Yeah,
it's fine with
that's
me.
cool though. Yeah.
Well,
That's
Alicia,
cool.
you bring up two paranormal people. Did you expect something different?
I
All
didn't
right.
have any expectations, and I didn't think it through. If I had, and I'm not a paranormal person. My channel isn't about that. I'm not about the paranormal. I'm more, you know, pure and goodness and light and that kind of thing. But I have had my lifetime of paranormal experiences, so I don't quake. I deal with it when confronted. You know, it wasn't my thing. I just go follow you guys and let you entertain me.
All right.
I was like, you know, it's not my thing because I've had my feel of it with being gifted or having abilities, as you guys would say. Yeah, she's had her feel of how much she wants to deal with.
It is what it is, and you're going to just roll with it.
I always do, buddy. I always do. Just trying to figure out which way I want to put the magnetic closure right here. So should have put it under this paper, but since I didn't, I'm going to put some glue on the back here. I'm going to put a glue dot on it too. Pull it out and see if I can find the glue dot. I thank you guys for still being here. I'm kind of blown away by that, you guys. I know y'all are busy, and ours just worked all day, and that's what I'm looking for. Glue dots. It's in the envelope. I didn't have my camera set up very well. Is anybody still here? My chat's not moving. Yes, Greg?
Before you glue magnets, have you considered Velcro?
No. And I have a bag full of Velcro. I don't have any Velcro. I don't know why I said that. Lord have mercy. She's like, bless her heart, right? I've got a bag
That's
full
a
of
new word. Velcro.
Velcro. Yeah, it was like when Alicia gets sleepy, she starts speaking in tongues, her own language. You know, I never know. I was like, awesome. I put it up, and I had an entire bag of Velcro. I just used it. I'm not sure.
I just wanted to mention that before you started gluing things to it.
Yeah, the magnets have worked great, but I'm going to put on something flat instead of the magnets right now. As soon as I can find the Velcro again, I just put it up. Every bit of what I'm looking at now is foam dot dimensionals, and none of it is the Velcro that I just had in my hand. So what did I do?
Okay.
I see it.
If you just had it in your hand and you're still sitting down, it's going to be within arm's reach.
It was. It's where I least expected it to be because instead of putting it back, I put it down. And I'm working so hard on breaking that habit. Don't put it down. Put it back. I'm trying to retrain myself on that.
I thought you were going to say something like, oh, I was looking all around, but I couldn't find it because I put it back where it belonged.
Oh, gosh.
That's what I thought she was going to say, too.
I was like, see, where do I want this to be? Let's see. I'm going to want to put this in the center. And about a third of the way forward. So the center of 8 is 4, and I'm going to try to get it in there on the 2. Mark it with a pencil, and then I can erase it. But yeah, what do you get, Anniki and Greg, that I hear people walking up and down in the house during the daytime? And this is, we're the only people that's ever lived in this house. But we live in a Native American area where the Trail of Tears started. And I've always felt that there was something on the property out back where I chose to plant and till the garden intentionally. I went outside, and I'm pretty sensitive and I feel things, and I just kind of go by that. I've always I'm the kind of girl that will stand there and hand you your shoes or a sandwich or something before you think to do it. And you were going to ask for just that. And I knew that. I kind of work in advance a lot of times, but it's usually when I'm not trying to. I'm just flowing, being Alicia.
I don't. Maybe a child.
But there's never been anybody in this particular house. This house was built by one person. And this house has always been lived in by that one person. But this property is as old as...
Yeah, but if you're a light, you can be a light to them. You know, it just attracts them, no matter where you're at or who's lived there.
That makes sense. Because there's people that walk up and tell me that don't know me. They'll tell me in the store or in a restaurant or something that they see me shining brightly. And it blows my mind. It happened the last time I went out to eat. It surprises me that they just
That's
see
how I
me.
feel like my son Kynan is. He's like a light, and it's like an attraction to them.
And people just come up and want to talk to me that don't even know me, and it really is very mind-blowing, if in a way.
I mean, Alicia, there could have been a massive on the property where you're at right now. 7,000 or 8,000 years ago, there could have been a massive, primitive village there where there was 30 or 40,000 people.
Yeah,
very, very much so. I always wondered if it was a massacre here, because it was a Native American town at one point, and we even have the Indian burial grounds here in our town. We have so many haunted places here in our town as well, you guys. The Dead Files TV show have come out here to film in different places, because I've got a good friend, and she's a good church-going woman, but she's very enlightened. And she was driving down this one street, and this street is spooky even in the daytime. It has an old antebellum home that's been renovated and turned into a senior citizens home. And she was driving by there at night by this, and across from it is this old museum called the Roselawn Museum, and it's got a wrought iron gate on it with like pitchforks or arrows or something at the top all around the property. And she was driving home, and it was about 1:30 at night, and she saw this dog get up and turn into a man and walk down the street in her rearview mirror.
Wow.
Yeah. And there's 2 or 3 other people I know have seen it go the other way from a dog, from a human. You see them walking, and then they change into like a wolf or coyote and run off.
Wow.
But we see things in this town because this town has a real bad history. Um,
Mhm.
they did a lot of bad things to the African Americans. They ran off the Native Americans and made them walk to Oklahoma. This place has a tragic, horrific um, heaviness about it because there's so much things, so many terrible things have happened here. Terrible things. They had
Mm.
slavery here, and they hung African American men from trees around here. There's a restaurant downtown that's even they got in a lot of trouble for that, but they had photographs, historical photographs, because they have historical museums here. And in this restaurant, it was like a bar and coffee and sandwich shop. One of the pictures they had was an African American man that was hung from a tree, not from a
Mhm.
tree, from a lamppost in downtown Main Street where this restaurant is. And they had that framed hanging up there, and so many people just raised hell, rightfully so. It was all over Facebook at the time. This was years ago, and naturally, the restaurant owner took it down. They thought, well, it's part of history; it shouldn't be there. I mean, we have a right to put it up. I'm like, no, you don't. No, you don't. You have a right to be loving and caring and try to go forward from here and reparations and be good and treat everybody the way you want them to treat your own son. That's what you have the right to do. Be a decent human being. Don't make me ashamed to be walking around here as a human. Don't. That's
Yeah.
my take on it. So anyway, the picture was naturally taken down, but that happened in a restaurant locally here. That was just part of history, that at that time things like that were commonplace. But there's a heaviness about this town, and it's like, even when my son was living here, he said it's like living in Castle Rock, Maine, a little Stephen King small town, but it's got its creepers, it's got its little stories.
Mm.
Believe me, it does. And I guarantee you it does, because it has its little history going on. I'm looking for something to put on the top there. I don't know if it'll stay or not. That doesn't even go. I'm not sure if it does or not. I'm looking at it. It's not the right kind of green. Says, Mama, that covered bridge you took Katie to and took those pics, I've been there once before and heard a story about a young girl that was murdered there, but they weren't sure if it was a drowning, she drowned, or she was hung. Yeah, there's lots of stories about that covered bridge out there. And when I made pictures, if you see them, I made some professional photographs of my granddaughter when she was here out at this old covered bridge by this mill.
Mhm.
And she's standing inside that covered bridge, and that place is filled behind her and all around her with these light orbs, filled while she's in that bridge. She says, I stood at the opening bridge. I could feel the pressure on top of her head. So I felt like maybe it was that girl. She was probably hung on that bridge. I
Hmm.
would I would not be surprised. There's a lot of history and there's a lot of places to explore. The Native Americans in the western part of the country, the Navajo, call them wingdings, I believe. We've called them shapeshifters. Um, Mostly they're out there because they were brought up by certain ceremonies and things, but they've been here too because of the sorrow and the tragedy of so many people losing their life here by being forced out and murdered along the way, women and children first. It's just a horrible little history that goes on. So you absolutely know that there's paranormal activity, because there's not, souls are not at risk being murdered like that. You know,
Right.
they couldn't be. So if you want to continue your search, there'll be searches to the end of your days to find activity in this area. Like you said, if it was enough legitimate stuff for even a TV crew to come down and film here, you know there's some activity going on. I could take you right to the house where the Dead Files came and filmed. Um, there's a bad backstory there too. But do you find this fascinating, or am I boring you to death?
I'm just gonna say, Alicia, if I ever show up there and knock on your door and say, "Take me to some haunted places," will you go?
I'm leading the way. They have an exclusive Civil War graveyard not 2 miles away from my house, and it's got wrought iron all around it. Oh, and I've been wanting to go back. About 30 minutes away from me, they have the Native American Museum, and they have the town where the Cherokee lived before they were forced to leave. They had courthouses, they had not supermarkets, they had their own stores, they had farms, they had log houses. You would think that they lived primitive, but those were the tribes that were more nomadic. These people lived in their own town and had their own government. And the reason that they were ran out by Andrew Jackson, I believe it was because they were seeking for gold. So this was blood money. After the government had made a contract, they reneged on the contract and they come and took the property. They came at an inappropriate time, and they was forcing children, old women, pregnant women, and everything to just leave. There was a woman that was 9 months pregnant that lost her baby right there. The soldiers were murdering people. They left in the fall, and it was very cold, and it got colder by the time they walked to Oklahoma. There were less than 1/3 left, and that's why it was called a Trail of Tears. They left without food, they left without water, they left without shoes and clothing. And at that museum where you go in, you can sit in and watch a movie, you guys, and it shows all the pictures and the old history, and it lasts about 20 minutes long. And I filmed the movie, and I'm going to put it up on my channel at some time. I took my camera and I filmed the movie while I was sitting there at the museum the last time. It's just an incredible place to go, and you feel such sorrow when you're on the property. You just want to cry. You go, why do you come and disrupt this whole city of people that aren't doing anything to anybody just because you want the gold that lives up underneath it? So, yeah, this would make your blood run cold. It's the kind of place that disturbs you for days after going there and then leaving, just knowing that you walk among human beings that are capable of selling their own soul for a rock of gold.
That looks good, Alicia.
Well, it's not as much as I wanted to do on it. I was going to put a little card and an embellishment right here. Something else, like a band. But
Well,
I think
do that tomorrow.
I'm going to have to, because I pulled out a lot more things than I needed to. Not that I needed to. It's just that I haven't had anybody to talk to all day. I've been feeling really heavy and depressed. I felt like crying, and there's no point because there's nobody to cry to, and you don't cry by yourself. And number 3, crying never solves anything. And I don't want to fight, and I don't want to cry, and I'm not a person who gets drunk. So I'm sitting in here, and I said, I'm going to go to YouTube, and maybe my friends will come. And holy cow, they sure did. And then my daughter surprised me by showing up. This is the second time she's come to my channel too. And So I hope you guys are entertained by my long-winding stories while crafting.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
hope you can remember what town you're coming to.
I know, me
Um,
too.
there is a very famous restaurant in the town of Roswell, which is a suburb of Atlanta,
Mhm.
that does tours because it has an active ghost in it upstairs.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's in the Roswell town square, and I don't remember the name of that restaurant, but people come to tour it, and yeah, I've been uh, at some of the shops there, but I never went to that. But there's more I'm going to do on this, and I'm going to do other things tomorrow. But I'm getting sleepy. But I've had a really bad day on so many levels for so many reasons. But this is what
No.
this turned out to be. Yeah, I mean, I go to different live streams and I'm lighting them up with the at sign and their names, and they'll skip over me and not talk to me, and it makes me feel sad.
Oh,
Like they're
yeah.
mad. They're mad at me and I don't know why. And I try to be nice to everybody, and then I go cry and I'm like, oh gosh, what if it's another one of those somebody said she said, boomer
Yeah.
behind the bushes telling me to go to bed. I will, brother. You should be
Just,
in bed
just
yourself.
make sure you type the whole thing in, because I know it's like a lot of times when I go to a stream, like I said, I'll say hi and I'll lurk, I'll listen, but I really, if I don't have my glasses on and the phone, I can't see the chat.
Today, I did type because I have the habit of typing that at sign above the
Yeah.
number two, and I'm on my laptop. You can't miss that because it makes the host of the live stream's name light up in red. I
Yeah.
know this. I'm a live streamer, and I did it a couple of times, and I'm like, okay, they're just they're not seeing me, and I can't put my finger on what is wrong other than the rumor mill, because you know how YouTube is. It's drama. I,
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
far as I know, I've not said or done anything, especially behind somebody's back. I love everybody. I've been trying to be sweet to everybody as long as I've been here. I'm not
I
perfect at
just
it.
That's happened to me, Alicia. And what I do is I'll sit there and I'll look to see what they're doing. Are they watching the chat? Because I think the host should watch the chat, acknowledge the
Yeah.
people that come in. Um,
Yep.
that's just the courtesy. If somebody's taking time out of their day to come into your stream, you need to at least say hello, welcome, something.
Yep. Yep. I agree.
And
I agree 100% with that.
I do too. And if you've noticed on my
Just
stream, I do that. And I'm talking
yeah.
to you guys. I always say, "Excuse me for a minute. So and so came into my chat. I want to greet them and welcome them every time." You guys know that.
Yeah.
I want to hug everybody. I'm so glad anybody came to see me at all. Like I
but I
said, I've
also
had a hard time today, and I needed you guys. There's not a whole lot that I can give back right now, but I'm talking about paranormal stuff because I got two paranormal people on my channel. My mother used to love to watch those shows like Dead Files and the other things where they would jump and scream. She would watch that stuff for hours and hours, and I'm like, don't, because I always thought that it would encourage whatever we had going on to continue to feel comfortable enough to stay. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're interested in it. Oh, okay. We'll just hang out here. You're good with that. And I'm like, no, I have everything that doesn't pay rent. No, no, please don't come, because things come like a little girl or something. But then if you could really see behind that image, you'd see this gnarly thing going meow, trying to claw your face off. But it looks so sweet and innocent, but it's really not. That's what I'm always concerned that, because they are liars, basically. um,
Mm.
I don't trust half of what I see when it comes to that stuff. I'm like, oh, sweet little thing. No, it's going to kill you if you get too close. It looks sweet, but I'm
I also like the speed of the chat too. I mean, if the chat's like moving super fast, then I can understand. maybe once they missed their name in red. But
Yeah.
I mean, when you get some of the chats I've been in, you're only getting like maybe 5 posts or 6 posts every minute. There's no reason why the host should not see that.
Yeah, I agree. And it
It
does
happens.
hurt your feelings. It really
It
does. You
does.
feel
Somebody
ignored.
that's my friend, but
So
that's
I
happened.
leave.
So
I
it's
leave.
Y'all need to go to sleep. Your crazy energy's keeping me up.
Sorry, Boomer.
oh, you need to stay up here. I'm going to tell you about some crazy energy when I leave this live stream. I'm going to be a big sister to you in a minute.
I need sleep.
You're not sleeping is not my fault.
It's all y'all's fault.
Oh, sure. He said
Just
y'all.
sensed. I knew. I was like, yep, I know they're still on. I'm going to go check it out. Yep. Lo and behold.
I
We're
talked
just,
over an
Well,
we're
hour.
just
yep.
positive energy, Boomer. The positive
What?
energy, we're sending it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it go
Nothing
up,
positive about being up 5 hours after your bedtime.
You're up early, not up late.
What's going on with this thing?
It's
There it
not
goes.
going to work, buddy, because you come in and fussing at me.
There it goes. Whoops. Now
See,
what happened?
me, I'll mess with his stuff. I'll mess with your internet. I'll mess with your cigarette roller.
Yeah.
Boomer, come in like a bull in a china shop. Hey, you know, if your equipment starts flying everywhere, you were the bull in the china shop. That's all I got to say.
He needs to learn.
If my shit starts flying around everywhere, it ain't got nothing to do with any bulls or China shop.
And Alicia's always threatened to come and rattle his house from here. But I don't,
Yeah.
it's always a joke. It's not like I could. I said if I could do that, oh, I don't know if you've been listening this whole time or not, Boomer.
No. I was actually napping.
Well, that's good because you came in under a different channel name.
Yeah, I had to. I went on and checked out comments on my other channel. And then when I saw you were still in there, I jumped in without changing my
Clothes.
my thing, whatever it is.
Don't change your clothes. Don't change your thing.
I thought he was going to say underwear.
I doubt he changed that.
Oh my
He probably
god!
turned it inside out and put it on backwards.
Why do I fucking come here? I don't know.
No, because you love this.
You love us, Boomer.
Way to make me feel loved. I mean, gosh.
Oh, the abuse, is that what you're saying? I'm narcissistic, is that what you're saying?
No, if you love abuse, that makes you a masochist.
Oh, masochist, yes. Thank you for the correction. Narcissist is someone who loves abusing others. So that would be you guys.
God, don't I know it.
No,
Hey,
no,
I haven't said anything.
You narcissistic fools, you.
themselves. A narcissist is someone who only thinks of themselves. They're
Yeah.
incapable
Oh, okay.
thinking about the feelings of
Well,
others.
in that aspect, I guess if there's somebody who only thinks of themselves and not really thinking about how they hurt others, so I would
You're
be
not-
correct, would I not?
You're talking
You
about a
guys-
sadist.
You guys coming at me like you don't care what feelings get hurt here. With narcissistic behavior.
I think you were trying to say sadist, not masochist, but sadist.
Sadist.
Are you
Yeah.
trying to say
Is that the word for people who enjoy hurting others?
Yeah,
Okay.
and the
That'll work
masochist
too.
and the
That'll work
masochist
too, you bunch of sadist, narcissistic, whatever
you-
the other word is.
But
Yeah.
you don't really mean the laughter.
Can you guys hear that music?
Yeah.
That's my neighbors upstairs.
Maybe that's what's keeping you awake is your neighbor, your crazy neighbor.
How are you blaming me for disturbing you? You're in New York and I'm in Georgia. I'm not that loud.
Oh, you guys' energy is loud enough to have an empath in China
We're having a good time, man.
I was entertaining them for more than an hour with real paranormal stories and history. And my daughter was contributing verification of paranormal stories in our life. But you missed it, and I'm not going to tell it again.
Speaking of paranormal, there's a new season of Supernatural on Netflix. They got season 14 out now.
See, we were talking about how when I mentioned Lily last night, my neighbor totally freaked out.
Oh, I heard a bit of that.
Yeah, she was actually like, "Oh my God, you're not supposed to be doing that." I'm like, "Doing what? What?" And she's like, "You're summoning." I'm like, "I'm not summoning anyone. The spirits got free will. If they want to talk, they can talk. If they don't want to talk, they don't have to talk."
You're not
Yeah, there's a big
summoning, they're
difference
already there.
between.
Hi,
Yeah,
Lou.
there's a big difference between summoning and just like inviting them to come join you. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Yeah,
Summoning is more of a command, and you're summoning them from one particular place to come to another particular place. Now, inviting them to come communicate with you, you're basically just dealing with spirits in the immediate area, like you know what I mean.
yeah, and
Like
that's
whatever spirits that are there that can see, hear, and communicate to you are the only ones that are going to be there.
yeah. I refuse to do these where they go in. It's like, hey, we're gonna make contact with this dead celebrity. No,
excuse me for a minute.
Mm.
I
Um,
won't do that.
excuse me for a minute. I want to welcome Lewis Fuller in here, who's greeting me in the chat, and he's saying, "Hi, how are you all doing tonight?" And I just want to say thank you for coming. I'm
Hi,
doing
Oh
Louis.
wow!
and
She don't do that for me. She usually ignores me, even when I light her name up 10 times. She ignores me.
that is never true. That's never one time my reaction. Why is he woke up in a bad mood today? I know, but I'm going to keep this PG rated.
That's because not only are his neighbors partying with loud music, but they're playing disco.
Yeah, well, I
No,
thought
it's
his
not
neighbors
disco.
were enjoying Friday night a little more than he was, and he was mad.
It's definitely not disco. It's mostly R&B and stuff like that.
Yeah, but Boomer, is it in English?
Yep, I had to listen for it. Yeah, usually. I
What
mean
English,
I
Chuck?
recognize some of the tunes they're playing, but like um sometimes they have too much bass in it, and where all I can hear is it's like it comes through the ceiling muffled, so I
Well, you
don't
know what I said?
understand what the song is, or I can't really make out the lyrics, but I know by the tone of music and everything that it's either rap, R&B, or bluesy type stuff is what they usually play. But
Well, you know what I said on my stream the other night was, I'm all about that bass, no trouble.
yeah, well, we oughta switch freaking uh places then, because
I'm thinking
you
sexy, yeah.
like bass, they'll give you plenty of bass here every weekend.
Bless his heart, Anniki. He didn't get that, did he, honey? It's like you woke up grumpy.
Yes, Boomer. Bless your heart.
I think Greg gets tickled every time I say that, don't you? It's like,
I think it's awesome.
With any luck, I may not have to be put up with this crap much longer anyway.
I don't think you will. I'm pretty sure you don't. If I was you, I'd start packing.
All right, the town is called Conley.
Well, I can't do that.
I've never heard of that.
Conley, what?
Georgia.
Conley,
Are you sure it's
Georgia.
Conley?
What about
That's where the
Conley?
trucking terminal is. So that's where they've
But
been
that
looking.
doesn't, do you have to live in the same town as the terminal?
I don't know. That's where they're looking. They've
I
been
don't think.
looking all over the different towns
Who's
surrounding that town.
who's
So
looking
I
for
don't know.
what in Conley?
Boomer?
We're moving to Georgia.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because isn't Conley like near Fort Benning?
Yeah.
Oh,
Boomer, what you do is you're already up, they're keeping you awake, wait a few more hours, go outside, piss on their morning newspaper, go back in,
They
deny
don't.
everything.
They don't get the money. No, the lady's all good and everything. It's just that she's sweet and nice, but it's just the weekends. The boyfriend comes into town and because he's a truck driver and he's only in town on the weekends, so he gets here around 10:30, 11 o'clock, and they, party till 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning. And the funny thing is, like, all right, the master bedroom is like right above my living room, but upstairs it's right adjacent to my bedroom. Okay, so like, because like my closet is adjacent to her closet in the bedrooms, but I don't hear hardly anything from my bedroom. It's only when I'm downstairs in the living room and it comes through the floor.
Mm.
But it's weird. It's like, I mean, being upstairs right next to it and I don't hear it, but being downstairs 10 feet above my head
Hmm.
or 10 feet below, it comes through the floor more than it does the walls. So
That's how my neighbors are downstairs. I'm like, how? It sounds like you're like running on the roof, on your
right.
ceiling. I don't
Because like
understand how I
when
can
they're
hear
down,
you.
like she lives there with her daughter, and when her and her daughter are like maybe downstairs in their living room, or whatever, watching TV or talking or whatever, I can't hear them next door. But it's not until they're like right above the living room is where I hear everything. So obviously, there's no kind of insulation or anything
Mm.
between the two floors, the ceiling and their floor. So,
Yeah. Hmm.
but I don't know.
hey, I just looked it up on Anniki. Conley is 60 miles away.
Well, that's not too
From
bad.
you? Wow.
Hmm. And I just spent the whole time while you were a nap telling her and Greg all the exciting, interesting places to explore that I haven't been.
Well, maybe you all will be able to come visit me someday if
That would
I'm
be
able
cool.
to move.
Yuppers. You'll have to drive by me to get to where you're going.
Where are you going to? Where are you wanting to go to?
No, I can't say right now. I don't want to jinx anything. It's just
Okay.
something I hope that's in the works. But
Well,
it's going to be a while before I find out if everything's going to work out or not. So
Yeah, it's going to
I'm not
take
going
some
to jinx
time to move
anything.
the pieces to make
Oh
it
yeah,
possible.
that's right. And Alicia, you were there when we were talking about it, weren't
Yep, and Alicia knows how to keep her mouth shut too.
you?
Not out of fear, but out of
Yeah, I'm not.
integrity.
there you go.
I'm not scared of him.
I'm
It's
not
just
giving
I've got
up.
a bit of integrity about me. Well, certainly, Lewis. Thank you for coming back. You've come to visit me several times, so I'm always glad to have you. I'm finishing
Wait,
up
is that
a notebook cover.
what Lou are we talking about?
Lewis.
Oh,
Lewis.
Lewis.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
Lou,
know who Lewis
Lou
is.
made an appearance
Kind of,
earlier
sort of.
and he bounced. He was helping.
How are you, Lewis? How many you still got in your chat room?
It
I'm
says 10.
really?
Mm-hmm.
I've been up for what, 3 hours and I still am holding 10? That's pretty nice for me.
Yeah.
There you go, Alicia.
I'm, I'm pretty thrilled.
That's
I guess we
awesome.
want to tell some
What,
more.
what you
Sorry.
doing
I'm
now?
probably gonna finish this cigarette and try to go back to sleep again.
If you
Yeah,
wake up early,
not a good
don't you
idea.
dare blame me for it. I ain't taking that crap.
Do
What are
what?
you doing to that, Nalisha?
Huh?
What are you doing to that?
I'm distressing it
Dressing it.
with ink.
Would normal use do that?
It would,
But
but
the look is pretty.
I don't want the edges to look like um, raw paper, even though this paper is dyed all the way through. I just normal use would, but I don't want it to be wore out when somebody gets it. I just want to age it.
Oh, I thought you were
And
making that for yourself.
people buy things like that. It's a thing now. Yeah, like junk journals and everything. There's a market for it.
Wow.
And if they don't, I'll throw it in my own purse. It's not like I don't go to the grocery store.
Yeah, I thought you were making that for yourself when you were started.
Nah, I rarely make anything for myself. That's a true story.
So maybe you need to be
Nebraska.
Huh?
maybe you need to be more kind to yourself.
I don't have time for that.
Hmm.
That's all we have is time.
Mm, that's what you say after you're dead.
All there is is whatever.
Well, I think I'm gonna go to bed. I'm tired.
I'm going to too. You've been so sweet to come up here and be my friend and tell me all about you and Jackson and everything. And you know, when I see you in on a channel, I'm always talking to you because I
Oh
care.
yeah.
You know that.
Oh yes, I
You're
do.
one of my girls. You're one of my friends, and I hope you have sweet dreams and you have a good rest of the weekend. And your Saturday's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you
Well,
for being here. I've enjoyed your company.
yeah. Thank you for inviting me. It's been fun
Nope.
hanging out.
I didn't think you'd come up. I'm surprised and I'm pleased. Thanks. You made my night as well.
Well, it was my pleasure to be up here with you.
Well,
So.
have a good night. Thank you for doing it.
Good night, Anniki.
Good night, Boomer. Good night, Irish.
Okay. Somehow they okay. There we go. I've bent this paper and everything all kinds of ways. I'll just take that one off that I totally killed. I folded it up. That one is so I made that I put the grocery store shopping list pad thingy and I made like a wallet for it and I made a little envelope that you could put your store card in or your store receipts or your gas card or whatever. I made that envelope. I made that envelope and I attached that in there.
Bonus points card.
Yes, and it would fit in there perfectly because I know the measurements of them by now. And I put the Velcro down. Thank you, Irish, because I was going to put magnets up there and it would have made it too 3D.
They're too heavy.
Yeah, if I had been awake, I wouldn't have been struggling like that. But I had to redesign the measurements because the measurements that I've got online for this lady that did beautiful work, and mine's just not. Right now, I'm going to end up having to keep this myself, apparently.
Well,
This is
there you go. You finally made something for yourself.
sure didn't intend to. I'm not even liking what I did very much. It didn't turn out the way I'd
I like it.
planned.
Is that the first one of those you've done?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. You gotta do, the
But I
first
wrote
one never turn out. You know how many times I've redone certain paintings because the first one don't come out. I'm like, well, if I plan on selling this to somebody, I better make it better than it is now. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
I definitely would.
First one's always the what's that word for it? Prototype.
Well, that's what I was fixing to say. I was a fixin', Greg. Did you hear me say? I was a fixin'. That's what I was a fixin' to say. I think
My
he's talking.
grandma used to say all that. I'll say that all the time.
I talk like a
What are
grandma now.
you fixing to do? I was just fixing to say, like she'd use that term all the time.
I'm a, I'm a fixin' to not really like. Well, she talks
Boomer,
like
did you make you a blanket fort or something there?
Do what?
Did you make a blanket fort?
A blanket fort? What do you mean?
You got some
What?
blue thing in the top left corner.
Oh, those are that's my curtains. I got my curtains, but I got my flags in front of those for my back as a background for when I go live. But the bluish is probably shining through the Canadian flag here from the street lights outside. Or it could be reflective of the TV as well too. So
Oh,
this,
okay.
where's that at? That's the white. That's what you see in the light coming through, and it looks kind of a
Yeah, it's
bluish,
like in
but it's
the
the
top left corner.
yeah. Or wait, hang on.
I guess that could be
Oh,
like the
my
white.
that was the end of my. Okay, that blue is the end of my um cigarette maker machine.
oh.
Oh, okay.
So I presented you so I could
That
see what
was
you were talking about.
yeah, that's what we were seeing.
Yeah, because
But
I didn't get it. I didn't know. So he gets in my chat and starts yelling at me, "Go to
but
bed."
the white part is kind of reflective in the Canadian flag because it's what's that material? What's the kind of material those lightweight pup tents are made out of?
Something I've been thinking about the last few days. What I'd really like to do is, if I could afford it ever, get like a little travel trailer. Maybe more than
Yeah,
like 12, 15 feet,
Mm-hmm.
and just pull it behind my truck. And on my days off, I could sit there. I don't have to worry about a hotel. I could just sit there and frickin' drive, go out and do a location, spend the night, do more location, and then drive home.
yeah.
Omar's talking about selling his. The Raven.
You what?
I'm talking about
Omar.
like a little trailer. It's got basically like a bed, just a small, like a toilet sink, kitchen, and a little table
Yeah,
to eat off of.
a little toe behind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something I can pull behind the truck, the haunted truck.
The haunted truck. So I'm hopefully going to bring out my sketch pads or a canvas here pretty soon and actually start doing some painting because I missed that. But I wanted to get some of this out of my system while I was still in the mood. So I got a list of things I want to do. I've got so many things on one list that I want to make and to do. And I don't know if you were in the chat or not, but I'm going to start making stickers and merch for people that need it so they don't have to go online and pay somebody else to make things for selling to promote their own channel. Instead of going online, come to me. I'll make it for you because I'll have the ability to make the stickers and the bumper stickers and the magnetics. I've got a thing to print all that out with now.
So you
So,
could do. So I could like come to you for that, right?
right. I'm going to do that for a business. I've got a machine. I've got the sticker paper coming. I've got you know, anything that you send me in an email, I can copy it, print it out, and put it out in the sizes that you need for bumper stickers, magnets, just, stickers that people would want to put up like on a wall when they're collecting merch.
Yeah, because I got some ideas. I just need to find an artist.
I'm
I don't
I'm
know
not a
any
graphic
artists.
Yeah, I don't know any either. Cough, cough.
I know it's like hard.
You're sitting here talking to two artists.
I am.
Yes, that's why we were laughing.
Like
I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about real.
Like you can actually like take colored pencils and then computer graphics and like do art.
I'm not a graphic artist. I do things with my hand. I can paint and I can draw and do colored pencils really well. I can do portraits and landscapes.
Yeah, hence the Boomer Behind the Brush channel.
Yeah, that he's logged into now, and he's got a painting business where he does fine art, and I have a video up. I don't know if you've gone through my playlist or not of art that I've done over the years as well, so you could see the level of my work. And he's on his channel all the time promoting and showing his art. I haven't practiced very much on hand lettering, but I now have a program that you can do any kind of font that you want printed out.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking something like where you actually like the printer. You could like that's what you got to do with the art, because it's like unless somebody's going to sit there and hand paint coffee mugs for me, then
nope. I have a Cricut Air Explorer laser cutter, and I've got a Hewlett Packard printer that's connected to the internet wirelessly. I've got a sticker machine. I've got a laser printer cutter now. Machine.
Is this a laser printer?
Like, no, it's a laser cutter. I mean, it will write whatever you've downloaded to your computer. It will write or print all that out, and it will cut it out in stickers. It will cut it out in vinyl to put on your cups.
It's kind of like a stencil maker type thing, right? Like you can make stencils with it and stuff as well.
You can, but it's not exclusively that. It's for cutting fabric, cardboard, vinyl, paper, aluminum. It cuts through all kinds of things depending on what kind of blade you put in it. Right. And you download whatever you want off of the computer and you can get it to do that. But it also has something called Cricut Design Space that's also a lot like Photoshop. So there's designs already built in there to it. You can use any kind of font in the world to design a graphic with. So you don't have to have graphic designs engineering school. There's already a program set up. You just go pick some things and make it happen. With the background in the back, if you wanted mountains and sunsets, or you wanted a ghost to pop up in the back and your logo in the front, just like you sit and study about what kind of banner you want, you can sit and study about what you want to put out as your merch too. People spend a lot of time going over to Teespring and designing their t-shirts. I know because I've done it myself. When I first started on YouTube, I sold some t-shirts too. But you can design your cups, your mugs over there. Well, over here, I can design them and print them out too and put it in vinyl on your tumblers, your coffee cups. Whatever.
Somebody sent me a couple really nice things of art I'd like to use. I just need to put like a graphic for the back in the font that I normally use. So I'm probably gonna try the key spring, but like right now it's just maybe a coffee mug.
Yeah. Um.
All right, guys. I'm gonna try this again. See you when I see you.
I will see you sometime tomorrow, Boomer. I'm sure you'll go live, right?
What's tomorrow?
It's today, Saturday.
It's today, yeah.
Oh,
Today's today.
yeah. It won't be 10:30 for Fam's Talk. That'll be on Mama Rock's channel most likely though. So
Morning.
that's my next scheduled live stream. 10:30 p.m.
Well, thank you for being
Eastern
here.
Standard.
Okay, that'll be 7:30 for me.
Yeah. Not. Yeah. Yep. 7:30 for you. 10:30 for us normal people.
In the live stream. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, Brandy, for coming to the live stream. And the machine that I was talking about, Greg, you might want to look it up on YouTube online. It's called the Cricket Explorer Air 2, and that's what I have now. So, and I also have a sticker maker machine coming, which I don't need. I found out I don't need it. I may end up having to return it. I can do everything I need on this machine. I just don't know about the machine now. But I'm going to say goodnight on YouTube and in the broadcast. I want to thank you guys for being here. I love you. Big hugs. And I'm done for now. I'll do more tomorrow on the little wallet thing that I made. So you guys have a good night. Thanks for being here.
You have a great night. Thanks for having me up, Nelisha. And
It was an honor. I wasn't sure if you'd come up. It was nice. You surprised me. You and Anniki both. And thanks for listening to me gab away. Bless your heart.
We'll see you. We'll see you guys later.
And nobody says it better. Good night.